All right. Let's take a look here. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to want to get just an ass load of both of these. Does this have to be connected to a road or something? This feels like it's connecting to something, whereas this one was just whatever. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was just high. Let's get that one there. Let's just see what that looks like. Get that in there. Let's get this one over here for sure. Yeah, I really like that direction. Let's get this almost perpendicular. I would want to run a path through here. Oh, that looks good. We don't even have to get rid of the fence. Hell yeah, dude. I think another small one. We'll let that be sort of the grand lookout point. Yeah, we do need a path to it. That's fine. Perfectly happy to add that path. I love it. Oh, yeah, as long as it doesn't overlap. I think we're going to get some clipping here. Yeah, that's a problem. Let me see if I can fix this fence. I definitely don't want people rolling down the side of the path there. That would be a liability. You know, I can get it right there. Can always use move it to get it even closer, so let's just put these down and then use move it to get it exactly where we want it to go. There we go. I think we might have been able to use snap points to get it that close. But this is the reality that we're in, and I'm almost certainly going to have to redo these because of the path that has to get there, but we'll see. I like that. I like that one. That fits just right, I think. You could use a little bit of flattening there. It's definitely what I would want to do. But oh my God, look at that view right there. Acrophobics, stay out of here. This is not where you want to be. Just look at the potential views if we build up the city down on that edge on the other side of the river. I mean, just the ability to look out. I mean, because this is probably going to be my favorite view because we're going to be able to see the big old city back there. Like, that's going to be it. Our next development zone is going to be that. Which is beautiful. All right, let's get our fence in play. Back in play. Yeah, that whole walkway there just doesn't look like it fits very well. Probably want to flatten that, but we can also use the move it mod if we need to. I think let's just go ahead and grab this and pull it closer. Just nudge it into the right spot there. Probably needs a little more nudging because perspective is a bitch. There we go. I don't know that I need to be that tight on the entrance, you know? It's not like if we leave it open by a couple feet, they're just going to be like, oops, I fell out, and then fucking die. Maybe they will, though. If it can't, I feel like if it can happen, it will. I want to avoid any liabilities to the city. I just need a path connection. Yeah, I know. We'll get there. I love, well, this probably could really just get out there. No, let's go ahead and do something like this. And then really wiggle that boy in there. Let's see how well that does. It really kind of nudges everything together, and I like that. That's connected now. I love it. It's visually not connected. It doesn't need to be. I think the main path will be lit. Though this is a long distance to not have a lit path. Probably this one will not have lighting on it. That's okay to me. I like that it does a little bit of standardization there. I think that ends up working out really well. It brings that down to a more proper altitude, I think. I still love that there's this higher point. Like, people will want to stand there, but this would actually, to me, be the best photo op. Like, sitting on that hill and being able to stand a little bit low and getting the eye level right above or right below the city line behind them, I think could just be great. So many great photo opportunities on that little ridge there. I think I'm going to do a little bit of... Like, obviously, I'm gonna put some trees up around these sections. Like, these are the points that we've selected to make views, right? We want it, because I took all the trees out of here. There are naturally trees up here. I don't want it to be very dense, but I do want there to be trees. I don't want it to be complete panoramic view all the way around. I want you to get those beautiful panoramics. Like, I've talked about this before, where I really like the idea that views they're tight, they're congested, not just in the sense that you can't see everything yet. I don't want you to spoil the view, that moment that you come up to the crest of the hill, and then it's a little bit more open at that point, but you're still not able to see everything. You're able to get glimpses through the trees, but still, it's not open. It's not the full view yet. But then you get up here, and the closer you get, your field of view gets clearer, clearer, clearer. Then once you clear that stairs up right there, that moment that you step up that last stair should just be fucking... absolutely fucking breathtaking. There should be that moment where everything opens up all at once, and then you take everything in after having been sort of closed off for that whole time. It's one of the most beautiful experiences. It's just one of the most beautiful experiences. And if I can give that to my make-believe pixel citizens, then I will forgive myself of any of the war crimes that I've been accused of committing. You know, I feel like all is well that ends well, with a good view. That feels much more successful. That feels much better. I like the idea that we have this crossing here. I was originally going to do it where there was, you know, this sort of wiggled back and came out there. Still feel like I might want to. It may even be worth to have a second path there and bridge those two. I don't think there's anything wrong. Yeah, right there. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. It's a pretty significant distance before you see anything. But I also think that I should create some kind of resting point. Because this is a long hike to get up here, right? It's a long hike. Let's talk about having an area, not tents, but let's have a place that we can rest and relax up here. Let's go ahead and have a campfire. Let's just have an area that people can get the kind of, whoa, that's massive. I don't hate this. I just don't love it. And if I don't love it, I don't want it. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get some kiosk information going. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's get these right outside here. I feel like that's genius. I think that's good there. We'll just pretend that there's some kind of, we've written some kind of plaque or propaganda to put on these right as you go up to see the view. Sort of a preface of what you should expect to see here. Turn that a little bit. I like that just a little bit turned right before you go up there. I like that this one is here, just sort of as a welcome as you come in. You know, we should be giving them information as they come in. Probably right there is good because as you're walking right here, I think this will be directly front and center on your view. Let's put it like right there, maybe. I definitely want to put some seating right here. I think that it will be really comforting to people as they come up that they see, oh, finally, fuck, somewhere to sit down. I know that's exactly what would come out of my mouth. We already have lighting up here, but I think it's also going to be valuable if we have a light that's specifically over the seating area. I feel like that'll make people feel safer. I know it, and it's not really flat right there, but I think that a couple picnic tables just sort of back here will be good. Go ahead and give ourselves some of this stuff. Kayaks, yes, let's make that suggestion. There's not going to be a well up here, but I think we definitely should put in a bathroom area. Yeah, you, maybe another one on this other side, just to let them know, hey, we do have them. And again, kind of close them off behind some trees. Give this area a little bit of a private separation. You know, enough. Let's also probably provide some lighting up there. I think it's a good habit to provide lighting where people are going to be trapped in a small box potentially on their own. I think that also makes sense to go ahead and have some kind of wood caddy up here. I'm using the right click because it usually gets me pretty close to the angle that I want, that I can do the nudge there. I think that's good. I think I'll probably even have a pathway over to this. Probably move these around in that case. I think we may end up even having you here. I'm gonna turn this guy around. Is there a faster way to turn these without having to drag for 10 years? All right, let me see if I can get a nice path in there. Just a regular path. I just want to be able to suggest that this is an area, yes, you were meant to go to. I'm going to turn off angle here. I think that ends up being pretty successful. Yeah, one of our tables got destroyed, but that's okay. I'll probably put these guys over here. See if I can find that other table. Nope, gone forever. Okay, we'll just have to put another one down. Okay. Grab some of these props. I think having these tables is just nice. I think it just gives people an opportunity to sit around, rest, relax. I'm going to put some bushes, maybe a couple trees around here, line this with trees, put some trees around here to block the people sitting from being able to see the outhouses. But I still think it's important that there is a way to see the outhouses. What I really want is like I want the road signs that we had. I think they're in the regular park. Yes, this. I think this is great to be able to say, hey, there's some other shit around here. You may want to take a look at this. Oh, yeah, that sign that I had there got taken out. Let's go ahead and just have this here. I think it may be worth having another one here because you may not know where you need to go, but I still think that the sort of law of going straight will tell them that this is probably the way they're supposed to go, but they can meander if they want. I think this also gives people an opportunity to head back, like go up here, see, oh, wait, there's a way to go get a view. Go look at this. Go head back. Well, now let's go look at this one then. Oh, big view. Nice. Come back and get back here again, and then be like, well, we haven't gone down this way yet, and then do this and be like, well, we've gone down every way in that other path, so now we'll just head back home. You know, this is the going back now direction. This is just a stop. This is Grandpa's tired of walking. We're sitting around here for a minute. I think that's valid. I would love to put some flowers up here, but I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. I do think it could be interesting to put a couple playground elements up here. Then again, maybe not. Okay, let's try and put this bad boy back in. I almost wonder if it needs to be facing... You know, if we almost do it this way. They're less likely to see it as they come in, though. I still think that right here is the best place to put it. I'm gonna move this seating, though. I definitely think this goes here, though. Let's move this log seating. I think we sort of pull this back from the path a little bit. I think that creates a nice little area. I think that's good. I think with landscaping, this will feel very natural. I want to put like a couple trees here, small trees, kind of tapering into bigger trees around this area, then tapering down again. Maybe putting some just kind of on the hill side, just a couple. You see how this is all natural, so we can get an example of how it tapers and try and make it feel as natural as possible. But I also don't want to lock myself down from being able to do more stuff up here, which is why I'm not landscaping yet. I just want to get what feels like those basic amenities up here. Fishing cabin. Ooh, fishing cabins. Yeah, we definitely want to do fishing cabins. This is the lookout tower, which I think would make sense to have up here. I'm just not sure where. Lean-to shelter. I think definitely having a couple of these would look nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to save the landscaping for when I've got the rest of my assets up here. And then we'll put in what we want, and then we'll landscape around it. But this area down here, I'm really excited to put in some fishing docks. Absolutely, I want to do some fishing. I wonder if... Hold on, can we do side gates for nature reserves? Yes! Okay, so we could totally ferry over to here. Side gate into the park at the bottom. So you could just ferry to the nature reserve if you wanted to stop here. You can either take the bus to come in the main gate. You could take a ferry to come into the side gate right down by the fishing area. Do some fishing, hike up the hill if you want to get some great views. Hell, if there's a helicopter and I can get a helipad over here, would absolutely destroy the view. And would also probably go against the entire point of a nature reserve. But getting a helipad over here somewhere, like just right up there, and then being able to hike up here, but have just a much less hike to get up to this area to get these views. I think that would serve the bourgeoisie very, very well, because working for their pleasure is not what they do. They exploit other people in order to get their pleasure. So we want to give them that option. So we don't want to deprave our rich people. They pay the bills. Okay, speaking of paying the bills, we've got $3,000 dues coming in, and we still have more demand for industrial, which is great. 40 out of 50 there. I have to imagine we're getting close to tier 2. 64 out of 74 workers. We just need to max it out. Not asking much. Max it out, and then we'll be good there. These houses are still upgrading, getting new people in. That's very good. These houses are upgrading quickly, too. Damn, dude. Very nice. Let's take a look at our assets for a minute. We haven't really looked at these for a minute. High school availability is starting to drop. Employment percentage is also starting to drop a tiny bit, but I imagine it just fluctuates. It's probably not actually moving very much. Well, this feels very good. Aperture Island is 500 out of 2,500. It's going to take a minute for this week. It's going to take quite a bit of time to get that many people in here, but I'm okay with that. I am not worried. I definitely like the idea of the ferry coming in there. There isn't a better place for a ferry except maybe down here, but this isn't where I'm going to do anything else, and that just ends up being really rough. It doesn't look like a deliberate landing for a water feature. This looks like a deliberate landing for a water feature. It's also going to be facing sort of the general direction of our water industries. Good deal. I feel like it would do us well to expand this out. What are the chances that we get a canal and we get a canal to do something like this? And obviously we get rid of this road and we'll bridge over in the future to continue this road. But we have a ferry come down to the water here and spill out. That way we could get a ferry that's up into the city. I don't know how it would do the altitude change, but it would be there. Fucking hiccups, dude. I like that idea. I love that we got this road fixed. This feels much better now. I'm not seeing a ton of pressure for traffic in this area anymore, which is great. It feels like things are moving smoothly. I'm sure if I looked at the traffic report, it would tell me, you know, things are awful in areas I'm not looking. But man, I'm just watching it going around, and the only real heavy traffic we have are the buses. I feel like people are really using buses. Let's check on this stop that was a problem before. There was nobody at that stop for just a brief moment. Now it's filling up, but there was no one here for a moment. This stop is always going to be a concern, I think, just because of the accumulation that we're seeing there. I'm curious now that we've expanded Suckfuck Square line. If, yeah, we did have 200 people there. Now we got a, Jesus, Suckfuck Square is massive. Are we serving the residents, though? We're getting 25 onto this guy. I think this is our layover stop. Look at this. I'm thinking we may need it. Well, it emptied it out. I'm feeling like we definitely could go to 6 buses, perhaps more. Car trip safe, 24%. I love that we have that stat. Do I have free public transportation yet? I don't. I think Suckfuck Square could be made free. I do like the money we get from transportation theoretically, but I would also really like to be able to reduce. Like, one thing I love to try is to reduce traffic as much as I can. Like, I want to suppress traffic. I want public transit to be preferred. Walking, biking, busing, trolley busing, you know, using ferries, that kind of stuff. Individual traffic is... individual traffic is definitely something I want to get rid of. Well, I will build a trolley bus system, but if you're going to leave when I do it, then I might be inclined to never build it, you know? Be careful what you wish for. No, we'll build one. I want to experiment with all of them. This city really is the first one I'm actually invested in. I'm actually working on. I love this area more than now that we've put these in. These are fantastic. Do I get stats on visitors? Oh, I do. None so far, but I'm sure soon. Get out of here, seagull. Idiot. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna build all. It's really, this town to me is, I want to experiment with all of the things and figure them out and really test them out and see that worked, that didn't work. That's why we're doing things like playing really hard with terracing. That's why we're making Apollo Square for all of our corporate overlords to live in and lord over us with. I need to get my 3,000 residents right now and a lot of demand for industrial, so why are you not going to work? 71 out of 75, they are. It's just taking them a minute to actually get started on this job. I'm wondering if I should start expanding production. I'm going to have to build enough processing that makes use of all of this corn. You know, this is 48, 96. Okay, so 96 times 2 is how much we're producing of corn. 9,600 doesn't sound like that much. We'll just have to see what the processing facilities end up doing with it. 30, Jesus Christ, I have so much money. For me, that's a lot of, I've not had that much cash on hand before. We're sitting at like 4,000. Jesus Christ, we're making a ton of cash right now. I'm very well pleased with just sitting here and enjoying the income and not complicating the delicate balance we're likely sitting on. Why is there so much parking here? You know what I want to do? I've wanted to do this for a while. I still can't. Never mind. I'm not doing shit. We have to get to the next threshold for population, which is 3,600. Listen, chat. I think it's time. I think it's time for us to expand our residential. Yeah, let's take a look at our topography here. I think we're going to continue this terrace out. This guy's got to get moved. We're just going to shove him down to the next street. Very unrealistic, but it must be done. By that, I mean, it didn't really have to be done, but it's what we're doing. Okay, let's go ahead and grab not single. Let's get like this much. Let's make it hard as well. And let's pull this out. Let's get our street. Probably would do well making the street before we do the terracing, because I feel like this will align everything to the street. We start to actually push out sort of a plateau at that point. Proper plateau. Okay, I'm thinking that might be good enough for the next extension of this terrace, which will do the exact same thing where we have sort of this inner ring, if you will. This is our actual connector street that goes on the incline, then it has this connector. We'll probably have it exactly mirror what we did here. I love that idea. Let's implement it. Okay, cool. Turn all of this back on. Really as short as it possibly can go. We pull it down this way. Let's see how squishy we can make that. So how far is this? This ended up being fairly dense on this particular inside section here. Mostly because it was meant to have city services. There's a little bit of altitude change that's changing how that gets designated, but I think it's okay. It's actually tighter than that. This ends up being only 7. So this is a little bit broader than it is on that side. I'm actually going to pull it in. I want it to be symmetrical because if this is man-made, then it serves our interest to be symmetrical where possible. And then the areas of the town that are just natural can be let, you know, to be natural. I think we're going to push that back a bit more with the landscaping. Just want to be super sure that we're not going to end up with weird topographical errors in our road laying, because it's going to, one, fuck up the grid. It's just going to be ugly. I mean, it's already kind of fucking up, but that's fine. We're going to kind of just pull this grid out as far as it goes naturally, rather than being a symmetrical length on either end. I think this might be the last one. If we were to push this out a bit farther, it would feel kind of rough. We want to pull this guy through as well and keep it on the same altitude. So I think we're going to shove that back, get it down to this level, and push that back as well, because it's the whole point of terracing. We can have a natural hill up here, but I want there to be the contrast with it, that it's been clearly terraced and cut down on the other side. This right here also I feel like needs to go straight, so I'm going to go ahead and pause, get rid of these roads, and we'll connect them back in here in a minute. For now, we're going to do the actual terracing now. And pull this with a smaller brush down to 30. Pull this and drag it out up against the road here. We're going to get this road to come through. Then that will connect in down there. And then wherever it goes from there is up to the road. I do not care. But we want to get this road pulled out there. And sure, it may be an abomination. But it's our abomination, chat. And we're going to love it. We're going to love it. We have to. You're not given the choice. Okay, and then you are just going to connect down at this point, which that still connects in. That's perfect. We didn't have to adjust too much. That incline doesn't feel like a nightmare. It connects at 90 degrees. I think it just ends up working very well. I'm actually surprised how nicely that connected. Okay, this ends up still being a terrace, and maybe we have this middle terrace come in on this side as well. Maybe this is the point where we let it have a natural hill slide down. I still think this is going to be a really good amount of land for us to use. You know, the upper crust, if you will, of Hawthorne Heights. But this is the area that we're really developing so that we can get this lower section put in. So let's also take a look at getting all of this set up, which brush size can be increased up to like 84. And okay, hold on. Before we do that, we want to get this out there. And the same as we did on the upper section, we want to push this, get that nice little terraced edge, and put our lower connector road down here. And have it ready to go as far as we want it to go, which is there. And I doubt that we're going to be able to get any real pedestrian pathways through here. Every time we tried to do it, it was just a fucking nightmare. And that's okay. I'm A-okay with that. We'll do the same thing here. This will be another terrace down. We didn't actually do the terrace down on this side, but I think this one warrants it. And I'm not going to undo what we have already done, you know. It's not going to happen. But we can pull this down as we'll want to do. You know, a tiny adjustment at that point, you know, 1 or 2 lines is fine. This is where it starts to definitely flesh itself out and even out. Let's go ahead and feather this. Just absolutely blend it out. There we go. Just blend it out. I suppose if we blended enough, this would be completely innocuous. Yeah, it is. Maybe that one corner there's going to have a little bit of a hill. But that little bit of a hill ain't going to kill anybody. Yeah, I think we honestly just feather this through. It's not going to look natural, but it doesn't have to look bad. I mean, this is going to look bad until we make a connector on the other side, and then we blend in the problem area there. So let's go ahead and just try and do that. It's about the size of the road, this brush. Nope, not you. You. Let's have it start up here and then probably blend it down a bit. Really, honestly, I'd love to be able to do this, but this brush hasn't worked very well. Do you have to start from the bottom and then work your way up? I think you do. See, that's going to allow us to get a pretty decent slope in on this road, which is what we're looking for here. With 2 spaces in between is what I think. Oh, shit, that didn't actually go all the way down. If I were to use move it and then down, it will do that. This allows us to fix that. You know, that might be the perfect bridge in between. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, that feels much better. There we go. Is it the same distance on either side? I think it's one further out than it is on this side. I think that's fine. There we go. I think this is fine. I don't mind it being slightly wider on that side. It just depends on what this grid ends up looking like. Let me take a look and see how this grid plays out. We need to fucking move this thing again. Let's just put it here. It was always meant to be here. Okay. I put it back where it went. Don't fucking frown at me. Right, let's go ahead and get this grid played out for a minute. See where it ends up. Yeah, I agree. It goes there. Okay. So we can probably leave this as just an in-between, or we let this be a special block that goes down the middle that may be just a series of parks. City services could go right there. I think this is a great tiny block to be able to put city services in. What the fuck have you done? Hello? You're high. You are very high if you think that's a road we're going to keep. Yeah, I think a series of special blocks down here, city services, because all of our other city services are kind of mixed in right there. They're in the center of this district. We've got them kind of sprinkled around the hills up here. We don't have an area that's going to serve sort of this radius. This would be a great, perfect middle place to put it. I really think that that's what I want to do there. Okay. So at this point, let's go ahead and finish out the rest of this grid. And I don't want the whole city to be a grid. I really don't. But I think that right here, there's no reason not to have it on a grid. I think there's no reason not to keep this section on a grid. As we get closer down here, break the grid down. I think everything below this road, break it down. Grid's gone. But everything above it, yeah, definitely, because it's flat. It's flat land. There's no it's flattish land. there's no reason for us to break what is a nice pattern. Because this is fairly rapid development. I mean, we're building, right here, we're building almost an entire third of the existing city out, you know? And that's just in what we have placed here. That's not what's going to be going on this other side. Which, I feel like at this point I need to start paying attention to the terrain here again. I'd love to be able to just pull this outline out and just shove that hill back would be great. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pretend this was always meant to be. This probably just needs a little bit of feathering in here. This ends up being a little awkward in some places. Let's just smooth this out. I mean, we're building roads over here. There's no reason they can't just, you know, sort of stamp this stuff down. Okay, I don't mind this being a little bit of altitude. Just think it's important that this gets pushed back a bit is all. See, that feels fine. We can do that. Doesn't hurt anything. I think we're going to run into some struggles as we try to put more roads down, but... yeah, I think this little narrow block here is going to be just perfect for having city services. Fire, police, schools. I don't know if I like the fact that this pretty important road for bypassing this neighborhood and getting into it too ends up being a road that doesn't continue down. I almost wonder if we do let this come down and then this block ends up being just longer. It's fewer roads too. Let me see what that looks like. You have an idea. All right. Tell me your idea. I'll look at this. Okay, he says wait. I will wait. I am waiting. Oh, Jesus. It's already 1 o'clock. Come on now. Don't do this to me. The road you have placed. Okay. That road you have placed. The middle one? I'll wait for you to explain before I ask questions. You can upgrade it to tram tracks. So keep all 3 and upgrade that middle one to a tram. Is that what you're saying? Or get rid of those 2 outlying ones, have sort of bigger rectangular blocks instead of the squares, and keep this one as a tram. I wonder if we could have big sort of tram circuits around. Keep the 3. I think that's an interesting idea. Because we could do just beautiful tree lines. Oh, fuck me, dude. That's going to be great. Make it a tram hub station, yeah. Because this is sort of the divider between the old middle class, you know, the old upper class, the middle class and the lower class, and then the rest of the city that's just going to be sort of intermingled in the sense that it's going to be high density pretty much everywhere. Yeah, let's plan for a minute where we think the tram lines could go. Where do we want the tram circuits to go? What areas would it benefit the city to have a tram circuit? Because we have buses. To me, the idea of having a tram would be to get the buses off the road. It could be that we're connecting, as the tram is connecting all of these neighborhoods, over to this area. Where maybe it circulates on this road maybe. I'm not sure how to use a tram effectively, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really sure what I would want it to do. With the bus, I'm having it stop at every other block in these neighborhoods on this grid in order to then dump them off at one location that's adjacent to each of the other districts. And to me, I really need to get these different colors because they're all blue. I don't know why they're all the same color. Let's have a red, let's have a blue, let's have a yellow, gold, let's have a green. Okay, so now we can see these. You can see where they overlap. So this is all Suckfuck Square, and it stops every other block, right? And then it also stops right here, which is just inside the red zone. Yellow goes into the green to be able to take it down there. But the idea that the red and the green overlap here, the red and the green overlap here, but it also overlaps with blue. But there are some stops down here where all 3 of these bus stops are near each other enough that they could use them as an overlap to get a connection. Upgrade all the avenues into tram tracks too. You think these guys I was hoping to have those as treed roads. What do you think? I think it could be good. I mean, I want to reduce, like, one of the bigger priorities I have is reducing traffic on these roads. The whole reason I like buses within the neighborhoods is that it gets people to not drive in the neighborhood. So the only people driving are having to leave the neighborhood. Or they're going on the bus to get out of the neighborhood. I mean, we're still reducing traffic by 25% just with those. Having this as the central location, the spine of the tram network. I wonder if we upgraded this to a 4-lane road with tram. It would fill in these spaces on either side. You can get an asset for trams and trees on the same road. I need to write that down so I can go do it. Because that sounds great. I don't want to sacrifice the trees. I think the trees are gorgeous. Oh, having the best of both would be great. I do think there's an argument for having a 4-lane collector road going through here. There's an argument for it because we don't have another vertical collector for a while. It's on the other side of 2 districts. I think having a vertical collector here, because this could end up being the exact position that we take the... Yeah, this could be where the bridge goes. It leads to the bridge across. It could be a tram all the way down here. It just looks like this. Follows that topographical line and then shoots north right onto that grid. Make 2 loops, 1 core loop and 1 outer loop. I feel like I want to place this and leave it for now. Not commit it to anything. I want to see what's on the other side of this road to have an idea of what this is connecting to, if that makes sense. I definitely think upgrading this to a 4-lane is going to be important. I definitely want to do that. I don't, though, want to give up the space here, but if it's 2 spaces, it is. Then we still have 1 line to be able to either put down pedestrian walkways, even though we have sidewalks, so it doesn't really matter. Tree lines, which I definitely want to do. Tree lines and fences can go down this 1 space that remains if we upgrade that to a 4-lane, which I think we need to do. I think we have to make this a collector. I don't think there's any way around that. Yeah. We have just enough space to be able to really do this. And now, you know how this was 1 extra space on this side? And I was like, oh, that's fine. Now I know why it's fine. And then we can just continue this to be a 4-lane that eventually crosses the highway there. Four-lane with tram at least. Yeah, I think so for sure. And then we have these neighborhood servicing sort of service roads. They're just service roads. This ends up becoming a priority road. Let's go ahead and change it to intersections while we're here because I will forget. Stop signs on the sides. We let the main traffic go through here. Right now it just connects through. There's nothing else to do there. There's no reason to have that junction. Oh, that stop sign there. 3-way stop. 3-way stop? That's bizarre. We're treating this as a main road through the neighborhood, which is why we have that prioritization there. And that makes sense to me, to keep it that way. But then this becomes the feeder to these other 2 roads, so it should definitely have a stop sign itself, because I don't want this to end up being... This is a goddamn nightmare, too. This is the minor road between them. This is the minor road. This is the major road. I suppose we should keep that same prioritization of this outside road as something that's going to be one of the more important roads through this neighborhood. Then you get some weird junctions like this. I don't necessarily think what I'm doing there is helpful at all. But this is going to be an increasingly busy road as all of this ends up getting more and more connected. So I think that it's worth having that connected that way. I'm not putting a stop sign on this road. I never tell these people to stop. You don't stop. You do what you want. I think that's more fair. I'm trying to think of road hierarchy, which I know that's not what this is necessarily, but I'm trying to give some prioritization of the roads that are more central to the overall transit. Your more central arterial pathways instead of being like ventricular, if you will, you know, actual cardiovascular system. The stuff that's going to have the higher traffic should be given that right of way by using the road signs. I think this ends up being good. I love that we have this road that is kind of like the canal idea that goes through the neighborhood. It's kind of like having that beautiful canal that runs through and eventually leads to the water. In this case, it will just go over the water instead of into it. I think you're absolutely right about having the tram on here. I just, right now in my head, I just don't see how it actually implements into providing a accessible service, you know? Not enough wiggle. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. Let's get this fucker connected. Let's just get that in there. Let's make sure that we're doing this the right way. It ends up connecting right there, which is understandable. Let's also make sure that we haven't screwed up that. Oh, this is just going to be a little nightmare. It's so close, but it's fine. We're just going to adjust the connections. No light. No light. You know what? We'll actually just have the one stop there. The one stop there. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, this seems good. Yeah, that seems perfect, because this particular junction doesn't need a stop. If you just want to go through, go through. Just don't get T-boned forehead. Yeah, I feel like stop signs at the end of these streets might be good to help the circulation. I also don't think that there's going to ever be enough traffic in here to warrant that kind of investment. Let's think about zoning. Let's also get our pipes over here. I don't know why I'm still paused, but I guess that's what we're doing today, is unnecessarily pausing. I think having the pipeline go down the center of this tramway is going to be a good idea. We also need to start getting some custom names for these streets, man. I think it'd be really worthwhile to start taking some ownership of these streets that we've worked so damn hard for. I'm not going to edit those water pipes, but I think we're going to also do our best to keep them as on the road as possible. It feels kind of bizarro to just bring this down the hill. I feel like I'm cutting across so much geography that it might have been more realistic to bring these pipes in, but I also don't think that may be the truth. Just bring this over, put a vertical pipe in, bring it over, put a vertical pipe in, and it connects there. I think we could assign that some reason. I think that's reasonable.
And we won't have any problems.
Then you get to this spot, and I just want to fucking scream. I mean, we could just do this. I mean, I say just do this, but that seems like realistically where it would want to connect. Then we bring these down as we have before. It's every other block. Luckily, we have, you know, just enough distance to only really not have the street covered. No, it's not Asriel. No, I've heard that a couple times. No, his name is Coco. He was actually designed before Undertale was ever released. Unfortunately, Undertale got more popular than I did at the time. So I'll probably always be recognized as second to market, even though I had the original idea. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Get all that figured out. The electricity will come in time. I'm not worried about it right now. This song always sounds like it's fucking yelling at me, man. It's always yelling at me. It gets real loud right around there. I think let's go ahead and put in, well, since we're not putting city services here, we got to figure out where we want to put them. I don't think there's anything wrong with having city services on this inner road here. I do like the idea that we could put in, listen, I like keeping all of this industrial demand. I don't want to put in a bunch of commercial, but I still think that there would be some value in putting a little bit of commercial over here. You know, put in commercial, put in commercial. Let's have this be an area where you get off the trolley, you get on the sidewalk. You've got some beautiful walkways here. I might even put decorated park pathing here that still has the trees, but is a pedestrian walkway that creates this massive central boulevard for commerce. I think that could be amazing. I'm leaving some maybe awkward space here. It's not, you know, it's not symmetrical all the way through. I'm leaving some space to be able to put in commercial, but still have open space for city services. I think that's enough commercial to be able to put in here. I I think it may be good to have maybe some commercial up here, but I don't want to develop this until I've done the terraform. Why did I just finger wag it? I think having a little bit of commercial down here wouldn't hurt either. I just don't want to put too much in. I want us to really focus our workforce into this area. How are we still not there? 70. I think I'm going to put down a couple of these just to have them. I'm sitting here thinking, man, I wish I had the eyedropper tool. I've talked about how much I don't think the eyedropper tool makes any sense. Here we are. Okay. You know, I don't have any of these. Oh, this is for the wrong... Okay. I was going to say, I don't have any other storage options but the silo. God, I'm really tempted to just go ahead and do this. Put in another 8. Fuck it. We'll make use of it. I think. It's going to cost us money, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. I think this will be the best move for us. It's a lot of stuff to put on this one street, but I think it'll ultimately work. We need to get rid of that too. This whole street is just not what it needs to be. Okay, let's go industrial. Stop fucking yelling at me, song. All right, we're going this way. Yeah, because we want to get that one space in there that allows us to do our beautiful containment trees, which I think would be good. Oh man, I'm in love with this build so far. That will absolutely put us over the line and get us into a 2-star chicken farm, squishy chicken farm. Mico SC forehead. 20 years from now, nobody will have any idea what the fuck I just said. Maybe even 5 years from now. Okay, let's, I think, start zoning. Oh, there we go. Immediately hit it. Reduced pollution, more efficiency, so we just make more money. Farmworkers Barracks, I think we definitely build an area for this. And I actually think that we do some of the nature reserve props and put them out there to sort of build this, almost a campsite that the Farmers Barracks have as sort of a recreation area. A flour mill we're going to definitely want. A bakery we're going to want. Cattle shed and cattle barn are interesting. I'm not worried about livestock right now. I really want to worry about these two things. I want to worry about our sort of dry goods. Oh, we need to get water up here. Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this around. Which I can already see that we're almost going to certainly want our water lines all the way up here. I don't know when I want those to connect, but it ain't right now. It would probably make sense for me to get up there and do this, but I'm not going to worry about it until we have a need for it. We'll see. Okay, nice. So that's good. I wouldn't mind having some residential in here. It'd be nice if I could put it, in this district. I'd have a district up here with some residential in it. And the residential was set to be, rural specifically. That would be nice. And I could have rural housing up there in and amongst the farmland. It would make a lot of sense to me. Got a little bit of commercial going in here. We don't have a lot of demand for residential, which I'm surprised about. But I think city services go on that road. We're going to have this open. We're not going to need to update the roads at all, so I'm not worried about any of that. Let's go ahead and zone this stuff in. Before we fully zone it, though, I hate deleting houses to be able to put parks in. So let me take a look at parks and recreation. I think it would definitely behoove us to have some plazas. I think a couple of these would be good. I don't know where I've designated the residential. Hold on. I could put a plaza right there. I think I want to. Without disturbing the current placement. I think that's going to be great. Put one right there. We're going to want parks for the rest of this. I think if there's a large playground, no. No, it's way too big. You, very good size. You are a small playground. Let's have a playground in here for sure. I think on this street could be good. Have a little playground right there. Small park. Let's see if I can get an asset up here. I think having a little playground in here would do well. I think destroying one of these houses to put a playground in could work as well. If we have this playground here, it'll reach around, I'm sure. I don't think I need to place more than that. That's a lot of land value investment there. Let me go ahead and place our paths too before the people move in, because that's usually what I fuck up, is that I let the buildings go in, then I have to delete them to put the paths down. I think zoo path with decorations could be a cute contrast to what we have over here. This is meant to be a kind of higher value area, but maybe not. It's going to be higher density, but I don't think it's higher value. This is higher value. So I say that where this has all the parks. Let's consider adding zoo. I definitely think that we just go standard park. No trees, no decorations. We're going to turn off all of the guides, and we're going to do curly boys. Now, I think we're good to do straight boys over here. There we go. This game just fucking sucks up all your time, man. You just forget what time it is. I was ready for bed like 2 hours ago, probably. Here I am. Putting down pedestrian walkways. I don't want them to be exactly perfect either. You may be being like fucking screeching at the screen. I'm sorry. If anybody has OCD, you're probably not still here. But anybody who does, legitimately OCD, not like, haha, XD, I have OCD. Sorry. My philosophy, as you know, is very much to celebrate how things are not perfect. I think that changing over to the brick here, or somewhere else maybe. No, let's just continue the aesthetic. I don't see any reason to change it right now. I knew that was too close and I still clicked it. I will not end this stream without trolley bus. Listen, you know what? We're actually, with this residential going in, I think you're right. I think we'll be very well able to get our trolley bus established. Let's get that there and see if we can turn this down, get it a little bit more central. I hate that, but at the same time, I get it. It's okay. Because the rest of this will just be residential. Houses will go in here. This will be a nice back alley. This is a place that they throw their trash. This is a place that kids will play football or soccer, you know, whatever the fuck kids do outside. There we go. Let's do the same cursed ass path that we did on the other side. Oh, nice. At least it's, you know, basically the same. We know what we're getting. We really could have pulled these streets in if we wanted to, because we have extra space here that I don't necessarily want to use. I wasn't going to do pedestrian pathing over there, but I think I will now. This will be the first area that we have pedestrian pathing on the end. Okay, let's get this tightly in there, and then we'll come back and fix that in a minute. Get the curvy boy finale. Okay, cool. And then let's do our curve. It's consistent. You know, if it's gonna be ugly, at least it should be consistent. Okay, we could even really put some offices here, but I would just love the idea of having the offices up in Apollo Square. Just ends up so good. There we go. Okay. I really think in the rural area I should have done nature reserve path because it looked jank. You know, honestly, can I do this? Yes. Oh, we were improving it so much. I know it probably has no functional difference, but to me, this is such a significant improvement. In that it's a massive downgrade. Nothing tells me this is a shitty part of town better than knowing that the pathways between your houses are just desire paths with rocks. And then you actually get paved alleyways, and then you get nice paved alleyways, and then you're gonna get like zoo pathways over here. Over here is gonna be real fucking nice. Let's go ahead and put those in. Let's see. Park pathway, zoo pathway. Yeah, decorated zoo pathway. Can you even imagine being worth this much money that we put a zoo path in your backyard? Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. I love that path. I can't wait to make a zoo now. Yeah, we'll be using that pathway over here for sure. It gives another separation, a visual separation. The style has changed. The HOA means something else over here than it does over on these sides. Nice, dude. More signposts. Oh, you kind of like these lights, man. These are cool lights. I really could probably path some of this stuff down here along the side, you know, where it matches the edge. I'm not doing it, but we could do it. Okay, I think we end pause and see what kind of utility nightmare we've made for ourselves. I think we need to make sure that we put in, before it actually starts getting built, I think that we need another medical clinic, and we could put one down here right next to the park. Perfect. That's just great. Child care center, I think that we need to definitely make sure that we get one of these. I'm thinking that we could put it right up on top of here. I'm just terrified to build over here before I've really committed to being able to do it. Yeah, we'd have to get rid of the path or at least push it back. But I think that having a childcare center right here is not really going to help us. There's so much overlap. Putting one over here would be much better. Elder care, we only have the one. I don't hate putting it here. You know, I don't hate putting it here at the end of this path and having just a weirdo broad block on this awkward little connector section here, because I don't want a road that's going to go like this and just bam right in there. I kind of like the idea that this goes straight down, and then maybe this goes up and curves to the left and comes in at a T-junction, so we make sort of a pie right here, which means that this road doesn't have to connect anywhere. So let's put some elder care down in this section of town. That'd be good. Maybe another cemetery just for them. Not gonna do that. I'm not building any like this. The gym. This takes up too much space. It's very. What's the upkeep is 2,400. Fucking eat me. That's not happening. I think it'd be very valuable for us to go ahead and get a right next to the medical clinic. I think is fair to go ahead and get us some better coverage for our fire services. And I think it might be worth... We have a police station right over there. If anything, I think we need to add one over on this side, which this is a perfect spot for it. I like the idea almost of having it right up here, almost that it's sort of part of part of that whole district. Really, where does it need to go? Probably, if I were to just, regardless of what's already placed there, I'd want to put it right here. This is the closest spot to that, which is not bad. I think it goes there. It's a little bit more upkeep, but I think having that coverage is going to impress us. Schools are very important. Do we just not have... We just don't have an elementary school up here. We have a high school, but not an elementary school. Okay. We need to figure that out then. We almost certainly need to put an elementary school over here, and I suppose we could put it right there. That's a good spot to do it. It's going to be really close to the trolley line. It'll cover this neighborhood. I think we could absolutely get away with the high school, and I think the idea of having a second high school, this may be too close. I think the other high school probably will go on this side of the trolley lane. I think a small public library would be good, and I think I have a really kind of chic asset for it. Oh, I love this one. This is gorgeous. Right next to the park. This looks like a library's campus. A library campus where this park was made for this library. Oh, how fucking cute. I'm gonna throw up. Yeah, look at that. Looks like it was made for this park. How nice. Oh, this is a high value area. I would love to live around this. Okay, what other services do we need? We need probably adding some bus stops. We probably want to make our own bus route for this section. To connect over to this side and connect up into there, into that corner. Probably drop us off at the trolley area as well. I think just adding one more bus section is good. Could probably have our own second stop right there. This will merge it onto the red. Correction, trolley buses. You know what? Fuck it. Trolley buses. Well, okay, so I think at this point just speed 3 and hope to God I didn't forget about anything. I think this is, once it gets filled in, the power will fill in on its own. Yeah, we're getting some pretty big upgrades to housing over here, I think, because we added that extra elementary school. Yeah, look at all the upgrades. Our income should explode. Right now, it's been decimated, but it should explode. Getting all these people in here will probably have a massive, massive influx of cars. Why is there a fucking stop sign there? You stop this. What the hell? Someone put a stop sign on the off-ramp. Don't do that. That's dumb. Can you imagine having a stop sign at the end of your off-ramp? Holy fuck. That's how you kill people, right there. Yeah, all these cars. Oh, damn. Look at all our new residences. Look at them come in. All of our new residents, too. Oh, they're all going. Wait a minute. They're horny for corn, that's all. They weren't here to live. They're just here for the corn. Oh, that's why our money dropped. Yeah, they're trying to fill up these silos because they were empty. Like, oh no, please, mister. How dare you build a silo and it be empty even though it's surrounded by fucking corn? God damn it, dude. Yeah, this is getting filled in. I think we also fill this in as a higher level residential. Absolutely all of this gets filled in. It may be worth having a couple commercial. I think this is primo spot for commercial. I think this is another good spot for commercial. You know, maybe a 3x3, maybe a 4x2, 4x4. You know what I want for Christmas? I want the ability to fucking count and read. I think I'm asking for a lot, though. Man, nice. This is a big old thing. Convenience store already leveling up. These guys are leveling up all across the board. 3,000 residents, $4,000 dues per week. Trolley buses. We'll have to upgrade that road. Or is it already upgraded? Hold on. It's a 4-lane. I don't think no, it is. No, it's not a trolley yet. Why did I build it not a trolley? I knew I was going to make it a trolley road. God damn, dude, I'm dumb. 4-lane road with tram. This is trolley. It's why. We can't build it yet. Never mind. Sorry, not dumb. Not dumb at all. I feel like with residential expansion, I need to include commercial expansion, but then I also feel like, man, I want all that going into industry, so every time I add a commercial building, I'm like, damn, that's a farmer that I'm not going to get. Oh, I'm patient. Believe me, I'm patient. I thought I had access to it already. So I was confused why I wasn't using it. It's not a matter of patience. I'm very patient. I am in no rush. I'm very much enjoying the ride. This is a very high value block, I'm pretty sure. I'd love to know the property value, specifically like this lot. Mico settings? I don't know what that is. Can I even look at that? Let me take a look at the district so we can take a look at the average. Average is 33. Average is 44. Hawthorne Heights is 45. So it's actually only technically better than Cocoa Terrace as far as like the property value. And I think it's... Whoa, it's interesting that that's only 44. What's the land value? I need to go ahead and make this a district. Though Cocoa Terrace probably could be this, and we could just expand Hawthorne Heights into this. I don't think there's a reason to have this as a separate district. Except that, no, because I think that we make this like its own district right here, these two guys. Or maybe we make this a district, this on the other side is its own district as well. We could have the east and west side. I think that's also a good idea. We're losing population right now, but it's actually gone up 130 since I last looked at it, making about $4,000 right now. Cool. Still more population coming in. I think once we get this road connected to the highway, we're going to see that the traffic is going to, I think, disperse quite a lot. Not that we have an issue, but I'm always going to be worried about this particular junction. I think that we're just naturally going to run into issues here as the city grows. Man, the nature reserve just looks good. How are we doing over here, by the way? We're already up to 629. We spent a long time paused, so I'm not surprised it hasn't grown very much. Here we go. Getting some of these guys in there. Very good. $31.91, more people coming in as houses get built. Especially as they get upgraded too. They're just gonna have room for more people. Love to see this stuff get upgraded. 3204, I might need to make more residential still in order to get to the 3,600 it's asking for, but maybe not. The building going up initially is only gonna give you 2-3 people. You're going to get far more than that as the building levels up, which takes more time, so we'll see. Do I have the realistic population mod? Yes. It's one of the very few game-changing mods I have. But I'd heard it come highly recommended, and I like the idea of needing a sprawling suburbia to be able to support, you know, the commercial and the corporate and the everything else. That's why it's not growing fast? Yeah. This much residential without this. The first town I built was tiny and it had population of like 10,000-15,000. And it just felt weird that there were that many people in a town that small, clearly geographically that small. I think we're always going to be fighting off the fact that we have a pretty large section of the population that's fairly old. Damn old people. Ruining everything for everyone else. I'm excited to get the landscaping done on the other new terrace. I think it's an interesting setup. It's not a cul-de-sac, but you've got this detached road. I don't know, like what almost feels like a gyroscope, you know? It's leveled out, but it's only connected by these two things where it could rotate, you know, the roads, and that's what it's doing. The roads around it can rotate according to the terrain, but it gets to be flat. So you have this really nice designated flat section on a higher terrace. You need to develop the southern part near the Riverwalk Park because it will not get it in time. Will not get it in time? Okay. Yeah, I think so. We're running out of land to develop. I think we might as well go ahead and get this designated. It's really gonna be some hilly action there, but let's just see what they build here. Let's just see what they do. I'm not gonna build against this road though, but these side roads absolutely. There we go. I think we'll do that. I just don't want it building along the bottom road, which I think this guy immediately is. Yeah, you gotta go. Sorry, buddy. You're not allowed to live down there. The front of your house has to be facing Elizabeth Street. That's why I hadn't really gone in and done a lot of designating with these guys. We'll just ignore that bottom layer entirely. In fact, I'm gonna undesignate that as well. I don't want anything off that road either, so we can go ahead and put some residential in here, which doesn't feel necessarily nice. I might have wanted a pedestrian pathway through here, but I don't know if I want to continue that all the way down. We'll see. I mean, I can over here. We still have predictable blocks over on this side. I think it'd be pretty valuable to get a pedestrian walkway down here to be able to get them to the park easily. More easily, at least. This will be fucked. No one's gonna ever get onto this. You can't access it. We'll go ahead and do this. That's good. Good deal. Tiny house, I guess. We'll let you do a tiny house. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. I can't tell which road you're on. You're probably on this one. I think we already designated all of these that we could without creating a nightmare for ourselves. I still want to do residential up here. But I almost think I also want to leave this completely open and landscape it eventually, just to make it beautiful. Probably put a tram line in here. I think that'll be a tram. That tram or trolley might even go across the bridge. We'll see. Probably want to. I'm not going to designate housing there. Let's get our road set up here and see if we can fill this in with more residential. Though maybe we'll have enough with this as well. I'm not worried about achieving it in any amount of time either. I don't think that a death wave is going to hurt us. I think a death wave is going to open up housing for new families that are going to have more people in the household. I think whatever ends up happening there is going to be valuable to us. I think the only concern I have with Death Wave is whether the cemeteries are going to fill before I get access to the crematorium, which is, I think, like 7,600 people. It's a lot of people. Ugh. But I also don't want to, I don't want to expand rapidly in a way that I can't do it, meaningfully or deliberately. I'm afraid of doing that because that ends up being a bad habit I get into in the previous times that I've played. Not a zoo path over. I'm going to go ahead and put these paths in because I'm pretty sure we're going to end up keeping them. This one barely fits. It didn't really want to build in that full section, so that's okay. We've got some interesting opportunities to maybe put a path in there, but I think it'll be too close to those two buildings. Let's keep it unpaused. Let the city grow and develop while we wait. There's really no point in putting a path in here. We're going to use this sidewalk as our path. This pedestrian path is definitely one that I think serves its function. It's connecting sidewalks in a way that it otherwise wouldn't. I love that I see people using it. That's just fantastic. Hopefully they're getting between a couple bus stations. About 3,300. This has all been filled in. This has all been filled in. It's still upgrading though, that's the thing. It may be worth going ahead and filling all this in down here. I'm just terrified of that altitude change. This is going to be where I think we start terracing this road because I'm not meant to build anything against it, so I don't mind having it where this gets pulled down. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, I think that could be beneficial. The only issue is building along the roads that connect it at that altitude. We'll have to see. Probably pull this straight down and figure out what I want to do here. I still think I like that idea, having that road go there. Let's just see what this looks like if we pop in our roads. Yeah, just have this go straight down. Do I have to turn on angle? Odd. Maybe what we'll do... is have this go ahead and make that connection there. Go ahead and do that. Have this one go straight down. I don't love this. Believe me. Have that connect in there. And then we can have, you know, a road that connects in sort of like that. I think that that could work really well for us. And then maybe even it does something like, oh, no. No, if this connected further down, maybe. If it connected to that node, which I think I want to do that. Hold on. Awful. This node going out and then connecting up to that top road. I think the curvy road should connect to the straight road as opposed to the straight road trying to connect into the curvy road. Just in general, I think as a building practice, that ends up working better. I think that's a great height to do that at. Oh. Really want to see if I can find a meaningful connection point here. I mean, that's parallel. That's not bad. It just ends up doing that instead of being a proper curved road. I hate it. Let it curve, you bitch. Both of these are awful options to me. Man, that didn't feel any better. That S-bend is rough. I definitely don't want it to go down here because I feel like we're going to need to put in a divider here and then have a really long block. We'll have to see. Hey, June. Maybe we let this just be a long boy. No, we're not going to let that be a long boy. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Just have to go the other way if it isn't working the way you want it to. This is great. I don't mind there being open space in here. We could put a little parkway because we're not going to be designating anything unless low road here. We've got this space here to be able to put in a little bit more residential. Let me go ahead and get my 4-lane. Let's build some of this out. Just following that contour there. Generally, not very closely. This is where it really is getting low. You know, right up to the edge there. I think that is beautiful. I think that's just beautiful. Yeah, good morning for you, June, for sure. Good to see you, man. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab this and just connect it down. Just get it down there straight as much as we can. We don't want to fight this road. We're definitely going to get to a point where it feels like we need to start curving it. I don't mind editing this section of the road to allow the trolley to come into a straight section. So it has a straight crossing where then it can bridge down to the south. I think that's ultimately what we want it to do. Let's prioritize this road. Shall we make the bridge? Do we want to make the bridge now? $18,000. I think $18,000 to just look at it is fine. I think that's really good. I love that the supports are right as the water meets the thing. And it's the same bridge. I'm pretty sure we could, you know, change our bridge over later, but I think this is fine. Just to take a look at it. How's it going in the city of Suckfuck? I think it's going great, man. I think we're doing, so far, a great job. Let's just go ahead and get this connected now. So it's got that really nice bend. This is kind of a tight junction. It's kind of hard to get it down into that position. Let's see if we can get a nice natural curve here. Allows us to come 90 degrees out of that intersection and then feel like we have a natural curve going into this as well. Yeah, just as we wanted. It's still a bit of a tight bend. I imagine we could have probably just cut it around that way, made it much softer. probably will play out better in the end. I feel like I would feel much better if we did that. I would feel much better if we did that, if we tried to connect it there. Just a much gentler slope, I think, is going to be happier for everyone. Yeah, and then we actually just get a straight section of road there, which is nice. Really, I think it would have been beneficial for me to have areas that are just designated straight sections of road. Because, you know, we're always going to end up having this sort of nightmare scenario where this has to connect in somehow. But right now I was going to delete it, but then I realized, no, this is actually probably the best thing to happen. Because then we can literally just bring this across, and this ends up being a grid. What I want to happen here is I'm wondering if we should have brought this up sooner, or maybe we should have an overpass here. No, it's not going to happen. This is becoming a really interesting junction for the city. No, I think that's good. These are pretty good block sizes, honestly. I could see myself wanting to cut this one in half, but meaningfully, I don't think it would happen. I don't think it would make a massive difference, but getting this zone for residential can be good. This is elder care. I love the idea of putting a park or two down here to increase land value, but also just because it's been a while since we've had a park. Yeah, let me go ahead and take a look at if there's like a dog park, that'd be good. Yeah, dude, a dog park. Hell yeah. There we go. For grandma. The dog. Okay. Perfect. We could also put something like, you know, the Japanese gardens down here. We could stick another botanic garden down here. I think that wouldn't hurt at all. Let's go ahead and put some residential in. Come on, Daddy. Lift it up. There we go. There we go. Lucky people who live right by the dog park. They fucking love that. Love that. That is their favorite part of living in our town. They live right by the dog park. I have to imagine that's why land value is going to be so high. Right over there. Oh, these are going to be some nice houses. I do want to put in pedestrian walkways, so let me do that before I unpause, because otherwise I will forget. Let me put those down, because we got a couple good things I want to get attached to. And we are just doing standard park path here, so let's just grab it. I think, though, I'm willing to say it just ends up feeling like it's out of place. Maybe on the other side, on the west side, we'll go in with decorated pathway. Maybe we'll come in and upgrade them to decorated later. We're just placing the shape right now. Really, it's we can come back and change its identity later. We're just putting down the shape. I'm fine with that. This one, I definitely think I want to put like a tiny thing in. I'm not sure. Love the idea that we could have, and I definitely want to end up doing something like this. Straight path. Really need it to curve out first. I want to make a sort of eye shape. It's not exact. But I think that ends up being really interesting, where we could put something really pretty in the middle, even if it's just a fountain or something, you know. I think that putting a path here could be really good. I like that turn. But I also think, as much as I like this, we can kind of take this, because it's not going to do a 5x4. It's not going to build that. So we can take that opportunity to get a pedestrian pathway back here. Which, again, I think that I like the idea of there being sort of this really interesting shape. It feels like it connects into the back here. But just this circle for them to be able to walk around. You know, a place for them to be able to take a walk. Get to a couple other places around here. Get this connected up right on there. I think that just works out so well. Let's go ahead and have them do this. Right back there. I think that works very well. It isn't the most elegant. Honestly, I would love to see what somebody with more brains would do, but this does end up, it really worked that circle out in a weird way. I'm going to go ahead and leave those as sort of the final points. These 4 as the final points. Although even though I might want to move them still. But we're just going to do, we're going to do some connecty boys. I'm willing to let it be a little ugly for it to be a little interesting. You know, I'm okay with that. I like interesting. I think interesting is a benefit. I think right there is perfect. These are just like small little courtyard areas. I think it's great. I really do want to be able to pull... Oh shit, I had it there for a second. Hold on. Man, just for a second I had it. Fucking magic pixel revealed itself to me. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got it. I love that idea, and I can use the Move It mod. There's already a lit section right there. There's always a light post right there. I just love the idea of having that path that goes straight onto their little beautiful fucking pavilion. With the back porch. It's even got a gazebo for Fern, dude. Perfect. I think that's going to be a lovely little area. Especially because it feels like it connects in here. So this wonky little path now feels like it makes sense, you know? It feels like it's been validated. It's allowed to exist. Okay, now fuck off. There we go. See, that feels good. It feels so interconnected. It feels like things go places. They go where they, you know. I feel like people would be interested in getting around. All right, let's speed 3. Let this thing develop. Do I have water? I don't have water down here, almost certainly. Yeah. Hello, welcome to my town. Please enjoy your stay. If you're ever thirsty, we have many cabarets prepared to indulge you. Oh, geez, here we go. Well, the ugliness is starting. You know, we're going to go ahead and commit to it being ugly, and then we're going to make it pragmatic while we're here. Just going to do that. We're going to just let that be what it is. I should try Watch It mod instead of the old obsolete City Vitals watch. Okay. I'll have to write that down. I won't write that down, but I hope I will remember. I almost certainly will. What you should do is join the Discord and then be able to leave me that feedback in a place that I will see it again. I thought I had the Watch It mod. I thought I did. I thought I saw it in my list. This is mostly here because I will not pay attention to this, but if chat's looking, they'll be like, hey, bitch, garbage processing is about to die. It probably is. I need to add more services, but oh my God. I just really want to hit the 3,600 so we can get the next tier in our city. Then the population can plummet again. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We don't have to maintain a population. We just have to be able to process them. We get taxes when people die. So, like, you know, I don't have an incentive to keep people alive if they're not working. When you're on Social Security, you're called a social fucking liability to the city. Here in Suckfuckville, we value you for your labor. Once you run out of labor, so does our value for you. Come live in Suckfuckville. Find a terrace that matches your income level and live the dream. Oh, look at this. See, that's just, I think we just end up with something that's just so fucking interesting. No matter what street you go down, I think that you're just going to see something that is charming, you know? Welcome to the Mod Dick District. Also known as the Mod District. Oh, not bad. 3,400. I'm wondering if we're going to tap out right before we hit 3,600. We may have to build yet more. But it's been a while since we expanded the city. I definitely think this is the next area that's due for expansion and development. Get us another terrace. Build this section down. Cut it out maybe right there. Hopefully where this matches. I really want to get this caught up to the highway. But I don't know if I want to just take it straight up there and then just see what the hell happens. We could force this to just be a nice terrace and fill this in and make it flat. I mean, it would feel not great. We could probably get 2 levels of terrace maybe in here. But I also don't feel the need to. I feel like we could just get one big terrace area and make this just a big girthy neighborhood. At 3460, wow. I feel like we just need to process all of our old people out and get young people to move in. I feel like the suburbs are for like solidly adult and then kind of elderly. And then the high density residential is going to be for young people, which is what we really want in the city. They're going to be here longer. They're going to end up paying more taxes. I'm not addicted, Vegas. Shut your mouth. No deal, no dice. I need to add buses over here too. These houses are slowly improving. I mean, they are improving. We just need to add more housing. That's just it. That's just what it comes down to. We should have a lot more connectivity to the park too, and people should be going, infinitely increased our visitors this week. Nice. How about Aperture Island? Last time I looked, we were nice. Last time I looked, we were about 600, I think. Not many visitors this week. I'm not sure why they're not visiting. I think it's because they have a lot of local parks in their neighborhood. Just, you know, it's fine. I gave them that because I want the property value to be higher. Not really for any other reason. Hold on. Now we don't need these power lines anymore. I think they're cute. Honestly, I love the aesthetic of these power lines. But I hate that they actually take up space on the road. I would love to have aesthetic power lines for certain sections of the town. I think once some housing gets put in here, we'll be able to connect this. Or it's already connected. Okay, good. It's nice to be able to remove the power lines, though, to be able to get rid of the infrastructure and still have the power connected. It's very nice. And I can already tell you I need to fix Lewis Street. Still, it's not a priority right. I don't know why it keeps getting changed. Oh, my God. Please stop. Don't. Oh, that's a nightmare. Okay, there we go. It wasn't that bad. You know what? I think I like the idea of this center road here being allowed to be the main throughput for this particular neighborhood. I think this ends up being normal. That's fine. Yeah. And then we'll make sure that the connectors here are using stop signs. I appreciate the Australia-friendly stream times, though. I know. God, it's too... I can't stop. I keep meaning to stop, and then I can't. I just want to get to 3,600. I'm enjoying the game. It's a game where I don't feel like I'm pressured to rush, you know, which is nice. I'm finding that those are the games I'm enjoying streaming a lot. Let's bite the bullet. It's time to fucking duel, I guess. It's time. Jesus. Okay, let's build up our terrace here. A lot of this city is going to be based upon playing with altitude. I think we just allow this to bridge over. I think that's going to be great. It is a damn good game. You're absolutely right. Okay, and I think we just take this in and pull down as it goes through. We let this be our terrace level. I like the idea that we leave a little bit more land over here. We're going to sort of feather it out. But we're going to build some roads around the areas that we actually want to develop, and then we're going to leave the rest of this in there. And then this is going to be an area where we sort of let it go back to natural. So let's get our feather. Let's bring our brush strength down a bit so that we can get just... Oh, shit. What the fuck have you done? Oh, no, I know what you've done. You've done what I told you to do. Probably need a larger brush size. Also like the idea that it tapers. I like the idea that this tapers a little bit. I think that ends up helping a lot. We need to pull this out, make it a little bit more of a natural curve. Diffuse it out. That's what you do. Brush size down. This year, I just want to clip it. Just want to clip it. We just want to soften that edge. We're not trying to actually bring it down. We just want to soften it. I don't mind there being this little peak here. I think that it could be made to look natural if we really bring that strength down and just clip this just a little bit. I think that ends up giving us this opportunity to bring this road out there. Hey, Church, dude, good to see you, brother. That's a fucking name. I hope you're doing all right, man. It's good to see you. We're doing a little Skylines. See, I think this is fine. I do think pushing this back a little bit more would be nice. But I think that it's a good opportunity for us to go ahead and get some streets in here and start looking at how we want to develop this. But I need the bigger roads first. Let's go ahead and get our big road back here. This is going to be one that goes all the way Angle road length maybe not so important, but we're gonna bring this one all the way out here. Let that be there. We're gonna pull this out and make it more natural. I think that's gonna be fine. It makes a lot of sense to me that we don't need another 4-lane to go through here. But I do think from here, we're probably going to have a 4-lane sort of service road. Also, by the way, I'm going to make these highways function exactly in the same way that Texas highways function. We're going to have our service roads that are 2-lane, one-way roads that go up, you know, whatever direction, adjacent to the highway. Same parallel and adjacent in the same direction as the highway. 2-lane, one-way service roads. These then go on to on-ramps for overpasses that then connect and split into the service road again, and then onto the highway on ramp. So there's this one small road buffer between the highway and then the rest of the town is how I want to do that. It's exactly how I could probably draw it better, but that's how we're going to do it. Is everything is going to end up being, fuck, let me draw it. I just feel like drawing it. Why not? Let's do it. Where's my painter? Where's that button? Because I turned it off for some reason. Hold on. Why would I do that to myself? Let's open up Painter. There we go. Set. Yeah, my screen painter. Perfect. You're from Texas? Oh, yeah. See, you'll know. You'll know. But for those that don't know, this is how Texas roads function. You'll have, let's see, where am I drawing? Test dot. Okay. This is your service road. It is a one-way, 2-lane road. You then have this, which is the other way going down. So this is this would be northbound in this case. This would be southbound. You know, if we're looking cardinal directions. You'll then have an overpass at certain points, right? This will be your overpass. So the service road doesn't actually go under this. The service road will do this. It will connect. Well, actually, it will be further out than this, but basically, the service road will have sort of the left lane will connect onto the bridge. They'll all go onto the bridge. And then you either, once you get onto the other side, you either have the opportunity to turn right into the city, or you go forward and you either go onto an on-ramp that puts you onto the highway, or you continue onto the service road, which is why I've drawn this terribly. You have your service road. It approaches an overpass. You either go there, or you go into the city. So you cross the highway or go into the city. Otherwise, you either go onto the highway or you continue down the service road. So you have those options. And it does that on both ways. So it comes in, it does this, and then it goes either onto the highway or continues on the service road. And I'm going to be doing this exact setup on the highways in this game. So just so you know, that's how they're going to be set up. So this is a good time for us to have an overpass, which we can then have our service road that'll probably be going just parallel to it right around here. I'm excited to set it up, man. I'm excited to set it up. I haven't been able to do Texas highways in this game yet. This road, if it gets any longer, is going to become a 4-lane. This one probably should have. I keep looking. God, it just goes so far. How is it not a 4-lane? How do we not? How do we? I'm thinking about using some eminent domain and just wrecking this block and turning this road into a 4-lane. It just bothers me that we don't have an east-west 4-lane apart from this one at the bottom. That just seems like we're going to be asking for so much traffic through this road. It's fine for now, but it's just as we get bigger, this is going to become a further and further nightmare. Am I going to do the Texas spaghetti bowls? As a Texan, I'm so glad to see this, because this is so goddamn disgusting. This is so beyond necessary. This is exactly how Texas sets up its interchanges. But like, imagine there are 12 sets of this all stacked up on top of each other. Like Cthulhu and all of his dicks decided that they were going to tell you where to go today. It is a great baby spaghetti, I know. He's so cute. He's so small. You try to go on any of the major highway interchanges. Holy fuck. Downtown Fort Worth, we're 35 and 820. Not 35 and 30 meet. Or 820, 30 meet. 820, 35. Any of those around Fort Worth and west side of Fort Worth, you're fucked. And They've been in construction for about 10 years, too, so the entrances and exits are constantly changing. I've never gone through that fucking intersection twice and gone the same way. We could make some roundabouts. That's okay, my European friends. Roundabouts are possible, but they're also dumb. Oh, I see. We're not really out of power, but our coal fire caught factory, and I would say that that's pretty concerning. 3 fire engines are enough. SUV belonging to Willow Peters is about to be Willow homeless and dead. He's the operator at the coal power plant. Oh, boss is on the job. Clearly someone's losing their job, though. It's Willow Peters. Can I get him? Where is Willow Peters? It's you! Willow Peters isn't even at work. Okay, listen. Just so we know, if I ever see you again, Willow Peters again, fuck you, you're fired. There we go. Anything called a turnpike in Texas is designed to tell tourists, you don't belong here, go home. Look at our population, it's falling. We've lost another 100, God. It's because we have too many of fucking old people, but the youngins are not moving back in quickly enough. You need to go. If you are unemployed, leave my town. You don't belong here anymore. Sucking air and breathing. Get out. Okay, let's go ahead and put our other roads in here and keep pushing and racing against the clock. I don't mind having this road continue. I think this is a really cute road. Why not have it go all the way up here? I like that they would pretend this is a natural geographical feature. So then, yeah, we're just gonna do that. And probably have this be a wiggly boy that goes in the back. So let's just let this be a full-on fucking wiggly boy. I mean a wiggly boy. I want it to connect at a better angle here. I don't mind that it goes up either. I feel like this is a pretty good mid-tier opportunity. That looks really nice. We just have to clean it a little bit. That's all. Tiny bit of cleaning is all. I need that to go back. I don't want it to be so linear. Just shove that back a little bit. I think that ends up being very successful. And then we just grab this and we just tell you, get the fuck back there. Know your place. And then we have all this land down here. My only regret is that like the key wall is so gigantic that I can't use actual key walls. And this is a wonderful place for us to put a road in. This is a road that crosses into this smaller neighborhood area. That's great. We could even probably have this be like the actual road that goes through. Let me pull this guy over. Let's make it a straight road. I want it to be kind of bound to a grid here, so it's not so much of a nightmare. We'll do this. Let me see what another lane would look like if we did this. That ends up being exactly where I want to pull that through, but we're going to actually have it come in at an angle. So let's go ahead and do this. Ugh, that's ugly. Stop doing that. No ugly shit. You're not allowed to be ugly. Stop that. Really, it probably should just be a straight road. Let's honestly just make that a straight road. I do want to pull that out more. We'll see. There are roundabouts there in Vegas. Oh, boy. Good luck. I feel like Americans don't know how to handle roundabouts because they are rare here. They're fairly rare here, except in maybe New England. I think up in the New England area, you might see more roundabouts. But at least down here, if you show a Texan a roundabout, we'll explode. We already don't know how to fucking drive, and then you give us anything that requires brain cells? Nope, not happening. Yeah, I like the idea that this ends up being sort of a cul-de-sac where it links in there in the same style that we have right over here, where there's this interior road. But this just feels nice. I almost feel like I could put a road that goes diagonally here. It sort of does a triangle connection. This is going to look real fucking dumb, but you just have to trust me. I know you won't trust me, but you need to. I feel like that's fine, where we don't even really get... I feel like that's going to be fine, and I really just want to take this for a straight shoot down here that's almost parallel to that other road. Well, I'm going to probably pull it back a little bit so that we can do this. Oh, that's hideous, but I love it. Nice. I'm very happy with how this has turned out so far. Yielding is more of a suggestion. Yeah, yield signs are basically just, I'm just warning you, they have the right of way. Now you're going to do what you want to do, you know, at the end of the day. I know you're the best driver, and I know this road belongs to you. But they have the right of way. I want to do this because I want to put like a park in here. Also, it would make sense to have crossroads. Come to think of it, we probably should invest in some of those. Do we have our first honest-to-God cul-de-sac? I think we might have our first honest-to-God cul-de-sac. Right here. I'm fine with that being a cul-de-sac. I think it'd be cuter if we got rid of it, though, and put a big park there. I think this is adorable. I love this. It needs to connect to this road, though, for sure. God damn it. Not there, though. I think I agree with it. That what? Slope too steep? Hello? Probably true. Well, that just seems dumb, then, if we're going to do that. That just seems dumb. No, I think this is fine. I think it really do want a connection here or some kind of connection between these two. How do you not make that connection? Space already occupied. All right, well, fine then. Fuck you. We're going to put this over here. Road length, road guides. Let us connect. And then bring the 4-lane up to it. Okay, now don't ever tell me what I can and can't do again. All right, perfect. That looks good to me. Yes, Church is absolutely right. Texas, the speed limits are non-existent. Speed limits are the flow of traffic, and it's a viable defense if you get pulled over by the police. They'll, for the most part, from what I have seen, I've not been pulled over for speeding because you don't get caught. Yeah, we have our highways that are just about all 65 miles an hour, but you have your right lane that is for people going the speed limit. You have the middle lane for people that are going about 10 over, 10, 15 over, anywhere from 75 to 80 is pretty normal. The far left lane is anywhere up to 100, basically as fast as I want, and if you will be tailgated. It is the tailgate lane. You will be this, someone will catch up to you. They're playing fucking Mario Kart. They will catch up to you like they're rubber banding, like you were in first place and they're in 7th. They'll come right up to you and they will let you know you're not going fast enough. One of you needs to get into the middle fucking lane and let them pass. Does not matter how fast you're going. They will be faster. Yeah, I've like the few times I see police on the highway, they're the ones speeding. Funny how that works. I love when the law applies to some people, but not all of them. That's so good. Okay, I'm in love with the streets here. I don't know why. There's just something about this neighborhood. It's just so fucking cute to me. Horny growl. Horny for streets. You too, chat? Nice. Glad I'm not alone there. Delicious. We love putting down water pipes on what would be an actual nightmare to have water infrastructure running through it. There we go. You might as well give me my engineering degree right now. I mean, honestly. Could an actual civil engineer do any better? Don't answer that question. I'm just going to have this do a loop. I still like the idea that, I mean, obviously I've not done it anywhere else, but I like the idea that going up and down the hill and the terrace is kind of a pain in the ass for the people laying these pipes. You just got the one going up there. If this pipe breaks, that whole block is fucked. I feel like I should have some kind of line going up here, or maybe there's this one that goes through and connects there. Just to have a redundant line would feel safe. It's the RimWorld player in me. You can't just have one line of electrical conduits because that shit will get cut and then your entire base will be disconnected. Texas is the Autobahn, yes. The entire state is highway. You can't get anywhere in Texas for the most part without getting on the highway at some point. At the very least, you're often riding service roads for 1 or 2 miles, even though that's illegal. But you go fast. You get on the highway and you go fast. Everything in Texas is measured by time. That's 15 minutes away. That's 45 minutes away. And your 45 minutes is not my 45 minutes. If you drive faster, your 45 minutes covers a larger area. For me, Dallas is an hour away. For Leandri, Dallas might be 2 hours away. She doesn't drive highway. She doesn't drive Texas. She drives Michigan, you know? Your Rimworld power grids look like Tron's grid? What does that mean? Like perfectly square? Okay, let's designate this before before y'all lose your damn minds. What services need to go up here first? Hold on. What services are kind of out of range at this point? What is this that I'm clicking on? This? No. Okay, I've got childcare. I've got adult care. I think healthcare is something that could be added to. I don't think we need another one up here. Let's take a look at fire safety. We're going to want another fire department up here, especially because this is so sort of out of the way. I love putting one right here. I think this is gorgeous. Just right there. I think I do want one closer that's going to be able to reach this neighborhood a little bit more easily, so let's maybe put it right there. And let's also consider police care if it's needed. I say police care, but those two words they don't overlap. Okay, this is a library. We do not have libraries over here. Well, they don't deserve libraries. Although a library over here in Coco Terrace would make a lot of sense. I don't know why I don't have a library here. We're going to put a library right by the cemetery, because they desperately need a library down there. They need one up here, too. Man, let's put one in here. This is such a cute little neighborhood to put a library in. Man, I really would love to put it right at the end of that street. It would just like the most beautiful place to put a damn library. Come on now. Right here in the middle, right off that. Put down there. Put it at the end of this. There's so many great options. I want to take them all. I just don't want to take away any really good housing real estate, right? This is a great place to put a library just because it's already a block that's being used for something else. I don't want to put it on the main road. Let's put it behind the main road. I think that's good. It'll serve these residences better. The idea that we might need an actual elementary school, though. No, there's one there, one here. We didn't have one up here, but I think that's okay. A high school we have here. I know we're going to want one over here, like maybe even literally on that road. You know what? I think this is a great place. I think it's a great idea. We can build a pedestrian pathway around this as well. It's $24,000, but fuck it, I'm making plenty. I love the idea of putting a church down, but I know it gives education, which is both ironic and going to distort the balance. But I do think that if I got rid of that pedestrian path and put a church right there... Oh, my boner. I can't do that. I have to have blood in my head. Can't do it. I think a tiny, tiny commercial right there. Tiny commercial use. The rest of this is just a suburb. That's it. It's just a suburb. Yeah, okay. I need to do this and then unpause. I want to do this first. I'm not placing any buildings on the cliff, only against it. Because the buildings will not edit the cliff if it's, that severe. It can't. It can't push it any further. We just want to prioritize which roads are actually going to get buildings on them, and that needs to be edited. But let's just go in and just fucking fill it. This is dense middle class. I say middle class. This is dense upper class. Dense in the sense that there's a lot of it. Residential. Not you. Not you. Not you. Let's trim you back a little bit. Let's trim you as well. This needs to be pulled back. I don't mind it there, but just right that little corner, leave it alone. Let it live, let it breathe. I think that's good. I think I'm happy with that. I don't think I need any more services over here. I like the idea, hold on. Shut up, chat. I like the idea that there is, a couple little corner stores. A couple little corner stores. Just Maybe it'll be a cabaret. You never know. Let's do it. Come on. Give me people. Put these houses in there. I demand them. Cemetery is a quiet place. That's true. All these other houses are growing up now because I added a library. Look at you. Reading. I do have another library right over here, actually. Come to think of it. Got it. 2 Whataburgers. They are the blessed people. They are the blessed people. Just buy a donut shop too? Holy shit. Imagine being so fortunate, chat. Do you have any idea the property value in this neighborhood? Blessed BR is Apollo Landing. You get your own district for that. Incredible. You get your own district. You get your own district, not Garnett Park. No, no, no. You are where the upper executives of the city live. Apollo Square, meet Apollo Landing. The greatest suburb of the city. Is this one property? This is an awful fucking ew, nasty. No bar? Yeah, I know. No cabaret. It's a gas station. It's a liquor store. It's not a cabaret, but this is a gas station in Texas. This is a fucking liquor store. And a car wash. Now, mechanic shop, gas station, donut shop, and absolutely liquor supplier. And it just upgraded. What is it becoming now? Oh boy. We've gone from neighborhood sharp to a bowling alley. Incredible. Oh no, goodbye Whataburger. Listen, there could only be one. It's okay. Oh geez. I'm you, but taller. What is it now? It's just a general... Oh, it's a department store. Nice. That's good. A little boutique department store, but our little donut shop survived. Good deal. Hopefully, I'm going to... Hold on. Oh, we've reached it. We did it, dude. Hold on. Real quick. Historical building. We're going to protect that Whataburger. We're going to protect that Whataburger. That's got to stay. Yeah, June, let me tell you, there is a safe distance in Texas, of course, as there is anywhere else. 2 car lengths is what we have here. Yeah, that's the recommended distance between you and the person next to you. We have what's called a gentle suggestion that you're going too fucking slow. And this is, I'm going to put my car as close to your rear bumper as I possibly can. And I'm threatening to get us both killed if you don't go faster. That's how road rules work down here. This is why you get guys in their gigantic trucks that never have seen a day of work in their life. They're just trophy trucks for men with tiny dicks. And they will absolutely try to bully other vehicles on the road in order to go faster. They never get pulled over by the cops because usually they are the cops. Yeah, that's pretty Texas. They also, the trucks have to be as loud as possible. But listen, we hit our level there. We get a couple really neat things as far as roads are concerned. I've been waiting for these. We get trees. We get trees for our roads. But we're gonna do trolleys. Okay. We're gonna do trolleys because I have been basically told with a gun to my head that we will do trolleys. So we're gonna put some trolleys in. Okay, down the main road. I'm pretty sure it needs to circuit. So that will be for later. Okay. But we're going to do a 2-lane trolley line. Tram? Trolley bus. I want to get a trolley bus going around this main circuit here. And probably another loop down here as well. To get around. We'll have to see. I think the trolley is going to be used to sort of outreach to the extent of its neighboring districts and get all the way over here, then get back. Reach people all the way over here and then get back. Bring them into this commercial district. I think that's what we're going to be looking at here. So let's get this upgraded. Maybe I'm wrong and dumb. I've never used a trolley bus in City Skylines, so I've got no idea what I'm looking at. Tiny little bit right there that needs to be upgraded. I'm wondering if this should go to the main road. I think it should. I think it should. Because why not? Let's make it grander than it is. We can make it better, so let's do it. And then off we go. And I think we just go ahead and make this a regular 2-lane road with trees is how we want to do this. Although probably not a 2-lane with trees. I think the first line that runs parallel, the first road running parallel to the bigger road should probably do that. Or any major road like this one that just is a big one that is going to see a lot of attention and traffic. I think that's how we should handle that. All right, let's get back to work. Cannot upgrade to this time. Oh, because we've already done it. I was very worried that we'd have to get rid of our fencing there for some reason. Okay, this little section down here. So we have a loop. We have a loop. Let's also go down here and get our other loop. This is our trolley bus. I like the idea that we can make a short connection here and not go all the way to the riverside. We could have one route through here. I think that's great. So it has the opportunity to just keep going straight or go down to the riverside and connect all the way down here to the bottom. We meanwhile have this one. I wonder if there's any, I don't know how they work yet, but I really think that having a trolley line that goes through here and maybe up into the neighborhood as well could be good, because this lane goes all the way up to the top. You know, do this and then come back around again, but also have a connection all the way up through here. Let's see how the trolley works. Trolley bus. A trolley bus depot. Now, where would this go? Honestly, I feel like it would just go here in the middle. Probably find a space to snuggle this in right next to the high school. I feel like that's dangerous and sketch. Probably up here once we start the... We've already started the altitude change. Yeah, this might be the only opportunity for us to put that in there, but it's going to really fuck with the terracing. Let's just see how this works. Let's just see how this goes. But... You know, though, honestly, it is about... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's cute, though. I mean, apart from that, it's cute. Here we go. We need gulags. I know, G Young. Listen, what if I told you? We got you covered. Don't worry about it. Can I name this? Okay, this is going to be the Nature Reserve Gulag for Path Poopers. Listen, I've given them bathrooms at every step of the way. If they poop on the path, they go to the Gulag. I've given them every opportunity to defecate in peace and as civilized people. But if I go down this path one more time and find someone's pooped right there, into the Gulag with you. There we go. We're especially not pooping on Apollo Square. God help us. I could place it at the start of the bridge. Yeah, I could put it right over here. I think that that'd be a good reason for us to have it over here. We're also going to want this to still... I'm going to go ahead and probably should just move it instead of destroying it. It'd cost me less. Let me build up the terrain up here and sort of keep this. I love the idea that there's this ridge here. I want to keep that for sure. At the other end? No, motherfucker, not at the other end. Yeah, maybe down here. Right here is a pretty good opportunity to put in some kind of infrastructure building. Okay, I hate you, but you're right. Probably have to adjust that. Let's just feather it out and see what it does on its own if I move it down here. Let's just feather this out. Let's see what we get if we stick it right there. All right, you come with me. Oh boy, right there. We could do it even lower. It'd be a goddamn nightmare, but we could do it. I think as high as possible is the answer. How cursed is this? Only minor cursing. Not bad, honestly. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I was sure that I would hate this, but I don't. This feels like it adds an unnecessary junction right here, but I also don't see us having a lot of traffic here. I don't. Hey, Shack Attack. Good to see you, man. I think this is much better than what we were doing before. I don't know if that has to properly loop. No, back around like we have to make a service road. We could do that. Maybe that's... Well, this is... Ideally, it would continue up from there, but... I wonder if we do a trolley line back to this. Or we were already considering having a trolley line go through here. I really want to see how... Let me just take a look at this. How does this work? We should have a line that starts outside, right? And then it goes... Is this the same as regular busing? Let's have a stop right there. Oh, it does not like that. Okay. It does not like that at all. Good night, Jin. See you, man. So it goes down here and then it has no way of getting around. That's why it's stuck. So this does need to have a service road. Okay. So we cannot go down a road or exist on a road that is stuck one way or the other. I don't mind having a tiny loop here, a service loop. But this is a trolley road as well. It should be. Yeah, it is. So I don't see any reason that we couldn't take this junction right here. Okay? And 2 4-lane road, I think even just a 2-lane one-way. This is just for getting back. This is just for getting back. Honestly, I think going right there would be better. Let's pull this down. And let's just have that as a one-way to circulate back around. You don't use this for any other reason. It's basically a Texas right-hand yield. It should be nice to set more of those up, but we don't set the lights at the intersections, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We know that that works. Let's set up our intersection now. Go ahead and remove that. Start again. So we could probably make... I suppose we're doing it this way then. We're going the other way. I was expecting to kind of... Yeah. We will add a stop here. I feel like I should do this in a big circuit where it just goes around this main road and then comes back. But like it gets to the high school maybe. It gets here and turns around and does the other side of the road and just brings them back again. Or it just loops. I don't know, maybe it just loops. We'll just have it loop. Where's the next best place to drop? I feel like right there is a good spot. It kind of services all of these guys. This allows a connection not only to the park, but from the red bus stop, which I think is a good idea. This is a good opportunity for us to get a stop from the yellow bus. This is a chance for us to get a stop from the green bus. This is a chance for us to get a stop from the blue bus and the red and the green again. Good. Get over here a few paces. Let's go down just a couple more blocks and do this. And then get one sort of at the corner here. Get one that's outside the high school. I don't know how many stops we really want, you know. Let's do that. Let's maybe consider a second line that is just circulating the interior block just down this line and up here just to connect these guys. Eventually, I'll want one that connects this neighborhood to this one, but for now, I think let's just get the one trolley line and see what happens. Let's just see it. Go, bitch! Cost us a bit to operate, but I don't think it's going to cost us very much ultimately. We have 10 stops, 0 vehicles. Can we adjust the number of... Let's bring this down to like 5. Am I paused? No, just very slow. I'm paused and slow. There we go. Off they go. They're doing their best. Hello? Oh, that's adorable. They're so cute. Had to do a big donut just to get to their first stop. I probably should have put the first stop here. It only matters when the bus is first deployed. Let's keep this map open just so we're able to see 5 vehicles, 10 stops. 0 passengers so far. It probably will be a full circuit, you know, maybe a week or 2 before people start using it. This is so cute. Off they go. Just doing their best. Look at it. Nice. People are using it. Excellent. Yes, please. Oh, Jesus. It's already broken the law. Come on now. Excellent. Let's bring up that UI again so we can see. 6. That's bullshit. We have more than 6. How many people are at the stop so far? 50. People are using it, dude. Car trip saved 100%. What? It's dropping. It was nice while it lasted. This line has 100 people on it. It's saving 34%. I feel like the trolley bus is just a better bus, is it not? Like, there we go. Nice. Into the depot. Did we just steal these people? It doesn't have electricity. Oh, that would be a problem. It's probably because I didn't add any electrical infrastructure. Shit, I can make geothermal power plants now. We can go green, chat. We should. We should absolutely do that. Absolutely, we should go green. It ran out of power, so all the buses like, nope, get the fuck out. They will not run their route unless the building has electricity. That makes sense. It's just funny. You'd think they'd be encouraged to just kind of go, do their thing until they run out of battery and then come back then. Oh no, please do not bus into the bus. This is also a terrible little incline to have a bus stop on. Like, that's gotta be a nightmare to drive in. Not my problem, I didn't take the job. I think Coco Terrace is gonna be expanded here. We're gonna go ahead and let this district carry over to the other side. I think this is fine. I think we'll have Hawthorne Heights carry in this little zone here as well. Apollo Square doesn't need to grow, but Hawthorne Heights does need to sort of butt up against it because we have this whole row of houses that need to be considered. Okay, I think the districts are updated. Very good. Okay, that feels better now. Got this stuff connected because Coco Terrace's policies, which don't exist, will then be helpful. Policies, I think that the guys up here probably should be... I'm not sure. Prefer ferries, helicopter priority. I like that idea. High ticket prices. Raise public transportation ticket prices by 25% to get more profit. This may result in less passengers. No. I want more passengers. I'm considering making, across the city, public transportation is free. I don't know how much that would impact my income, though. I might just check it for, a few weeks and just see how that pans. Why am I paused? I might just check it for a few weeks and see how that pans out. Shall we follow one of our trolley buses? Oh, speed 1, please. There's no one to pick up here. Oh, they sound cool. Don't look at me. Oh, he got on the bus. Oh, the speed limit's 53 here. I know you can set the speed limit on a lot of roads. I don't know that I want to. Also, this town has so many bus stops. I would never know what bus stop to stand at, I'd be standing at a bus stop and the bus that I'm looking for would come across the other street. I'd be like, wait, that's mine. Look how nice this looks. I love how this overpass turned out with the park entrance there. Look at our fencing. We spent 2 hours on that fencing. It better look good. There are people that clicked on my stream and were like, this motherfucker's still building fences 2 hours later and then left. There we go. Nice. Yeah, just rammed the back of that sedan. This is a nightmare. I would hate to drive in this. That gives me fucking anxiety looking at that intersection. Luckily, it's a video game and I don't have to worry about it. Getting a little close. No, don't do it. Oh! You just killed 2 people to go home. I understand. It's Monday. What? And he just sticks his head out of the door like, hello, citizens. What the fuck? You're still on the fence about it? No, you aren't, Shack Attack. Fuck you, brother. Don't run the child over. God, this fucking city is a death trap. This is what I'm talking about. From a distance, it's beautiful, serene, extremely well organized. Oh my God. Okay, okay, that particular bus stop, that's cursed. This is cursed. We might need more buses. Now that the trolley bus has been out there for a second, only 16 people per week. What the hell? Nothing about that shit is true. Let's take a look at this. Whoa. Okay, there are a lot of people on the trolley bus. We're going 10. I think the original 10 might have been appropriate. Holy fuck, car trip saved only 49%. Oh, I see how it is. Holy shit, this trolley bus is... And it's not taking residents away from the bus line. Very nice. Yeah, get these buses out there. We need to see some relief there. I love that we have tourists. I don't know why we'd ever have tourists, but we do. They heard about the gulag and like, ooh, I love me a good gulag. 85 people here. Oh my God. They're arriving here full. The bus arrived and there were just more people at, oh Jesus. Okay, well eventually it has to be, oh my God. Why do so many people want to ride this bus? Why is it saying it's only 36? It's not 50 either, motherfucker. It ain't 50. Oh my God. It's not even that the 100 is bad. There's a 61 station right after it. Oh, okay, the cavalry is coming. This guy's dunk it. Nice. Okay, good. Next, dunk it. Please. It just keeps growing. Okay, this line's getting dunked. Perfect. Because they'll drop people off at the station, and then they'll pick more people up. This guy's got 40, ready to go. Bam. Okay, I think we're handling it. I think 10 was enough. I think 10 is enough to handle this line. That was a goddamn nightmare there for a second. Yeah, I think 10 is handling this line. We're nearly at capacity, but I think it'll handle it. Yeah, I think that's all right. Okay, I think 10 is enough. I think 9 would not have been enough. I think 10 is enough. Damn. All right. I like the trolley bus. I think they run faster. I think they're probably a lot more efficient on resources. I think it's a significant upgrade from regular buses, probably. I would guess. As a, you know, if I were designing the game, that's how I'd do it. We are over 4,000 people. Our next category upgrade is going to be 5,500. We'll start getting access to universities, campuses, stuff like that. Did we get access to smaller universities now? Tours, nice. Ferries, nice. Wait, we're already at Boomtown. No. Yeah, I only meant to be here. I was going to say, I thought I already had that stuff. Sightseeing tours. Ooh. Tourism specialization for... Well, that could be good. Okay, and all these decorative roads. Really nice additional roads. New buildings, tropical... Oh, some new park structures. Fishing pier. Fishing tours. A bus station, riding stable, sorry. Skate park, hell yeah, dude, a skate park. A restaurant pier. Oh man, ferry and bus exchange stop. We could have the trolley bus go down to the ferry. I'm just thinking of the opportunities here. There's so many. So many things we can do. We could build a proper downtown with some of these assets. Wow. It's a lot more than I expected. We could put some of these skyscrapers up at Apollo Square, honestly, is what I'm thinking. A boat museum could be cool. What do we need for this? Ferry depot, ferry pier, and ferry stop. But that's not bad. Build a ferry. Public transport is 5,500 weekly passengers. That is kind of the goal I have here. I want to do mass public transit, and I want it to be something that we really do rely on. The idea that we don't have to build these really robust roadway networks. We can build them dense. We can build them kind of thin in that way. Get them really compact. And then get people around with public transport. Okay, let's take a look. If we were to do a citywide policy, and I think the button is here. Yep. City attractiveness, 21%. Okay. Free public transportation. Let's see what the impact is. Or maybe, honestly, we could just look at the budget. Isn't there a thing for this specifically? Income is only $339. I think that's undervalued. I think it's actually higher than this by a lot because we are getting a lot more passengers than this suggests. I think I'm willing to lose $339 to get more people riding the bus. Terrified, however, of what that means for our capacity. But we're suddenly making a lot more money. Okay. That's not how that's supposed to work. What the fuck happened? My money just nearly doubled. What? How did my income nearly double out of nowhere? Did we just sell off a lot of wheat? No, not yet. Well, maybe we did. This number jumps up whenever you make sales from industrial. Yeah, that's probably what that was. I was going to say our money doubled for a second there. Okay. I like the trolley bus. I'm not in love with its location. I feel like it's not something you'd want put next to a scenic bridge, but I also think this isn't meant to be the nice part of town. Let's take a look at Albert Boulevard. It is a priority road. Let's go ahead and get this set up with junctions. This doesn't need to be a stoplight. This does, because it's a two going into each other. We're going to have you stop sign on your way into the main road. Let's just check these real quick while we're here. I haven't looked at these in a while. No, that's good. We'll do it this way. It doesn't have any other way to go, so we're not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, this stuff's upgrading. That's very good. Maybe it's the effect of the trolley bus coming in. I like the idea that we tell that to stop on its way through. We want this to be the higher level road. Is my stupid factory on fire again? I swear to God, where is that man? Where is he? You, Willow Peters, fired to the gulag. Can I kill him? How do I kill a civilian? How do I do it? How does this man... I just want to follow you on a day in the life of Mr. Peters, who suspiciously has, within the last several months, had 2 massive fires at a coal plant that he operates. The fires don't happen while he's there, though. I fear this may be sabotage. Look at this! Isn't this wonderful? We've given them such a beautiful scenic view. Imagine if we'd actually put landscaping in here. He's waiting on the bus. Yeah, he's waiting on the bus. He takes it to this stop. No, he keeps going. When does he get off? Is he going to work right now? We'll have to... Oh, he turned. Okay. He went around the block, got off, and now he's going to the... What? He's going clothes shopping while his factory burns. Okay, Mr. Peters, you're double fired. His car's not even here. He left his car at work and took the bus home, and has just not picked up his car ever since. I'd have to say that I would be proud of that as the mayor. Also, I need more garbage processing. I think that we can maybe make a small municipal district down here. Although I think that this is an island that's going to be for fishing, ferrying. I think this would be a good place for us to put more of those city services, like garbage collection. A recycling center down here, you know. I don't want to put a noisy thing here. I think this thing probably is noisy. I would be surprised if not. Actually, let's take a look. Noise pollution, 50. Oh, no. It's not that big, though. It won't actually reach any of the other residences. We'll be fine. What did you miss? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it, Killing It. We got our trolley buses set up, that's all. And they're getting used pretty well. We changed our policy citywide to free public transport, and... Yep, usage is exploding here. We just need to make sure that we're actually able to pick everyone up. Yeah, we are. We're handling it just fine. 10 is still within capacity. Excellent. Yep, look at that. Easily done. All taken care of. Good deal, man. I'm really happy. Really pleased with this. I'm not super happy with this position. I think it may still have been better to be put up there, because then it would let the trolley bus really serve the north and the south side. But where it is right now, it's just meant to be a depot. As long as it's on the network, that's going to be fine. You should eliminate some bus routes to make an equal 50-50 split, too. You think so? I think so, definitely. I like the idea that the bus... Okay, so hear me out. Here's the idea for the way that I think that we're going to use this sort of tiering of public transport, okay? Each different type of public transport is going to be used for a different specific sort of scope of transit. Where's my screen painter? Hello. Okay, so we have the trolley bus. So we have these trolley roads that are the main feeder roads, these major ones that are going through these neighborhoods. And this is how we have the trolley set up right now. We also have a trolley line through there, but I'm not sure I like that one. So we're also going to have a trolley bus line that goes there. Of course, it's going to go around all these major roads. But this is for the trolley bus specifically, and that will go up to the next district, as will this one go up to the next district. And I think that we'll have a trolley bus on the service road that goes across there to connect like this, right? We'll probably have a trolley bus that connects up here and does this. The regular buses, the regular bus line is meant to connect all of these residentials like this. The regular buses are designed to do this kind of maneuver. Go through these neighborhoods, do this, go up there, go down here, get up there, get around, you know, go up to Paula Square, make a loop, and then get around and connect around again, you know, something like this. This is what the local buses are meant to get you to the trolley bus, which will then take you a district or more away. I think then we have the tram that will be for crossing the river. As in, like, there will be then a tram line that will go to and then stop sort of at the heart, probably right in here. The tram will go here. Well, not the tram. Maybe the metro will do that. You know, the metro will connect you here, and then it will go over here, cross the river, you know, and then get through. And then it will connect you across without having to take the actual bridge there. A ferry will also do that if you want it. The ferry will probably be somewhere down here. And the ferry will take you to any other location that can be connected by water. And then, of course, you have the normal roads. But I think that's how we're going to have that set up. So we're going to consolidate the buses to just get people from the middle of these larger districts to the trolley bus lines. And probably for each district have one trolley bus that runs around it, then have the one trolley bus that connects them all. The metro is for the CBD. Please tell me what CBD means. I do not know. Man. We also have the inner city where we can get people from outside our city to come into the network. So we've got to find a place there. City center or city business district. The metro is for the city business. Yeah, so maybe that'll probably be over here because this is the big area for density. We'll also have that big island that does like this down there some way. I think that'll be probably a metro area. We might have one metro station. I think this might be the one metro station in this entire block of the city. Cock and bald to torture. Nice, Quatchy. Good to see you, man. Good morning to you, too. I accidentally did it again. I didn't mean to stream this long. Fuck's sake. Yeah, this one will probably be a big, thick, high-density city center. This will be a low-density zoo plus high real estate value, low-density residential. This will probably be a municipalities island where we're just putting some utilities that we don't want around people here, and we're also going to hide it with a bunch of foliage and other stuff. Yeah, and then this will be like Old Town, if you will. And then we're going to make this into our first sort of high-density area. I'm not going to build it exactly to this because I don't like the fact that that's flat. I really just wish it could build forever. I'm probably going to round it off here and then bring it back in like that. We're going to let this be sort of the outskirts. Should be fine. University Island? Oh, shit, yeah. We could do that down here. That's a good idea. I hadn't figured out where I wanted to put a university. I almost suspect this isn't enough space, although I don't know. No, this should be enough space. We should be able to put everything in here. I love the idea of putting a university here. That is a great idea, because we're going to do a bridge that comes across here, goes up like this. Then we're going to have this line that follows that coast and is going to be bridge down to here. That connects through. Bridge, bam, straight down and curves into a 90-degree against this, perpendicular against that. Then we can have a road offshoot that goes up the center, and then the university is just built around it. Probably put, just for June's satisfaction, probably around about right there. so that we can have like the main building of the university here, and then all of the other campus buildings are mostly back here. We have some of our groundskeeping or our forward buildings, you know, that the public might want to use. Maybe put some general commercial over there, or a highway that ends at the CBD. Yeah, I'm obviously I want to keep these highways here, but this highway connects to that bridge network that gets around here, and ultimately I want it to connect to this highway and have a proper Texas interchange here through the university. Yeah, I think we have that road that connects to the university island. Maybe I'm not understanding you. I feel like you're talking about something more sophisticated. I don't know what I want to do down here. I feel like this should also have like a mono purpose. Maybe this is our zoo. Maybe this is just a fucking massive zoo. No, I got it. Okay. Yeah, the idea was to bring the road down here and then have a road that offshoots down the center. Probably does a roundabout there. And then leaves this only for, you know, university buildings. I was going to put a... I mean, I could put a mountaintop campus up here, too. Like, let this not just be terrace necessarily, but have this really natural decline here, and then the rest of this is natural residential and stuff, sort of the college town, if you will. This would be the Denton, because that's what Denton is. It's just the University of North Texas and its surrounding suburbs. But we could also put it down here. I think this is cute too. If anything, isolated university campuses tend to be pretty desirable, I'd say. They're less likely to have intruders. They're more likely to have the scenic views. They're more likely to just have kind of laissez-faire control of the land, because what else is going to have it? Instead of a normal road, replace your idea with just a highway for big traffic lane road. Yeah, I was gonna do, I suppose, yeah. I was gonna do a 4 or a 6 lane road across here, but I suppose it would make sense to just have this become a highway that runs north through here. Just let this be the highway connector between the two. Have it just come up and merge right before the end of the map. That makes a lot of sense. That would also be a big reason why a Metroplex would spawn here, is that it would have a massive connection to basically every direction the highway can go from here. All 4 directions. This ends up being a massive... The fact that this isn't connected yet, that would be, I would imagine, a massive advantage in the eyes of the state that we're in. Would love for these two things to be connected to get that through traffic. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to do it anyway. I hadn't considered doing this as a highway road going through here, because I'm planning to build a... Man, what are the chances that... Here's my problem. I feel like I can't build 2 roads over each other, right? They can't be built. I can't have a bridge road on top of a lower road that then still gets... Like downtown New York has. Am I planning a 12-hour stream? No, I just can't stop. I only meant to stream 6 hours. I just can't stop myself. Like, downtown New York has some areas where there are upper level streets and then there are lower level streets, and you can have buildings that are accessible to the lower and the higher level. I wouldn't expect the upper level bridge area to connect to a building, but I would still expect it to be able to spawn on the ground level. But I can't have parallel roads above each other, can I? Can't do that because the roads have to have supports. So no way to do that, because that would be so cool to have the highway running on an upper level through the downtown. No, I know how I want to do it. Fuck you. I know exactly how. Nope, I know it. I got it. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I want to do. I figured it out. I'm going to draw it. Hey, hold on. I'm going to draw it so you can see. We're going to have the highway-ish come up. Two lanes are going to do this. And they will just sort of bow out a little bit. And then they will go north, parallel. But there will be enough space in between that I can get a nice thick road down the middle that eventually just T-junctions out once it meets the highway, becomes the service roads or whatever. We can have, near this area, we can have our off-ramps and our on-ramps that do this, I think. Or maybe we end up doing this. Something like that, maybe at both ends, so that we have our highway connectors to this area, and it ends up basically just becoming this big loop. Yeah. It ends up basically doing this sort of thing. Other than that, you know, we may be able to do where it bows out, where the highway section bows out even more. Just consider this. It comes out and it goes out and it bows out even more to the point that it's almost this giant, you know, sinus here. And then, you know, you've got your off-ramp here, on-ramp here, on-ramp here, or the other way, whatever the way is. I think this is how that would go. You could do that. This connects then into like the main road network. That is like a standard road. This is our main on-the-ground thoroughfare. And then we've got a horizontal that goes across there. And this is all elevated. This is a bridge that's up, and we build on the ground around this, so it looks like it's going to be cutting through high-density structures. Like, I want proper fucking skyscrapers in here, and I want this to be, like, weaving through. I want the highway to go through them. Not literally, but, like, around them. Like, the city needs to emerge around the highway. I like this concept, you know? And then, of course, we can have just more horizontals, but these go, you know, they're under the highway. They're under. This goes under. This is under. This goes under. This is under. This is the one area where everything comes together, just right here in the center. And then it goes out, you know, into the network of the roads and the rest of the city. Kind of like that idea. And then it just continues as normal. We have, you know, an off-ramp and an on-ramp on this side, which we probably will have to do a bridge that goes around somehow. We'll have to figure out how we want to do our connections here. I also like the idea that you can only get to this university by ferry. I've also considered that. Put a little ferry dock down here, and that's the only way onto the island, into the university. You just have to sail there or swim. And then the highway just goes across, just unfazed. And then it just connects in here and it goes like that. We probably still would have a connection here. Probably want to make an interchange to be able to get off the highway and into the city, because the bridge is going to come across here. There we go. You partially sub. Nice. Using all your points. That's good. I'm getting the follower emotes up, which will be all of the current sub emotes. -1. I think minus Mico Woe. Maybe. No, I think minus Mico Hands. I can't remember. One of them. I don't know. I feel like the highway itself just sort of demands having these pretty girthy interchanges that I think will end up taking a lot of space. I like the idea of having the highway go through. I feel like it's going to be necessary. It's not a luxury. I think it's going to be a necessity. But at the same time, how can I get this highway routed through the city in a way that doesn't fuck it up? Doesn't require just a ton of space to make it happen? I feel like we're going to have this massive four-way interchange right here. It's just going to have to happen. I do like the idea of the island only being accessible by ferry or helicopter. I think that's great. Maybe a local bridge that comes, you know, here and lands there, and a local bridge that goes there and connects. You know, the highway goes across, but the highway doesn't have to also connect here and then go that way. Could make it a state road. What would that really mean? Also, what the hell? How do I have two sets of overlays? Did I just jinx it? No, I don't think so. Hey, Vegas, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Killing Again. Now he's got access to all the emotes. There we go. Got jebaited into wasting your points there. Obviously, I think these two highways have to come together. There's just no way about it. Part of me thinks running the highway down the center of the... down the center of the river, just the fucking center. So, for those of you that don't know, geologically, there's a path of the current that sort of digs a deep channel. The center, the most powerful point of the current in the river, is not the center. It's rarely the center. It crosses the center, but it is not the center. Hold on, where is it? So on this river, the actual like high power current if you will. It's coming from there, it's coming from here, and it's going to go down there, but it's going to push. As it starts to turn, it's going to lag behind that. It's going to do something like that. Cuts into the far side. Then it's going to do something like this, and then it starts to cut down this way as well. So you see how it's not the center. If we were to do the highway in a sense that it comes out here and it runs helix to that, where it comes across and it cuts parallel, hits that gentle bank, comes down and hits that gentle bank, and then comes across these things here and goes onto that island, it could be possible. You would really just have a series of relatively realistic bridges, you know? Obviously, this would never happen in real life. However, we're in a video game. I think it would be ugly as fuck. A state road is a road that acts like a highway, but in reality, it's just a big boulevard. Yeah, I think that's exactly what this connection would be. This little bridge right here. And I think really the principal connection is this bending off at a Y. It comes down, and then it connects back up in a Y this way. Although I think we may get to a point where it gets here, and then it branches off into either way. And then we get one interchange here, and then we get one interchange here. And I am really tempted to have this entire Oxbow bend at that point get up. 24 meters. Have it just be up. The rest of the city can then expand under it. That's not bad. Hell, once we get it up to altitude, we can then have it break off more at this point than at this point. Get it up to about 24 meters by about here, and at that point, it's starting to pull this way. And then this one, at about this point, starts to pull this way. Then they come together in another oxbow, and at this point, they are merging to then go wah across here, or maybe they merge at this point to go wah across there. I'm not sure yet. It would feel better if they merged this way and start going that way, but it would come out and immediately need to turn again to go like this and follow up this way. And I like the idea that this highway stays up, but we have just like the Texas overpasses, but we would do a Texas underpass, where this civilian road, just the city street, would actually cross under the highway instead of being above it. That's still normal. Most overpasses are going to do that. It's very, very rare, actually, that the main road goes over the highway instead of under it, actually. Usually it's the highway going under. So I don't see any reason that couldn't work. We could still do our Texas overpasses. It would work. This would be a fucking bizarro overpass if we did it that way. Here we go. You got the jammies, dude. Look at him. What a good boy. Cut the highway. Cut the highway in what way? Oh, into two. Yeah, I think so too. I think there's no way that we have this merge here and then go north. I think it has to. We have to take this as two separate highways. And I like preserving the idea that this is here. I really like the idea that this highway then sort of cuts out. I see this curve going bam right across this, and then turning and landing there. And then being a highway that really does sort of flirt with what's going on back here. We have this highway. There's a beautiful road that comes in. We could do the overpasses, as we want. And it comes in here and it crosses around the back of this island. And then it comes across. It does this way. It comes across here. And then it does its great merge right there. We have this guy that comes through the center. And it does the same thing. We could probably make it where these two have a connector right along here. They connect right along this, because I'm not planning to build that far down. But we have this do a natural curve in this way. But this one ends up going left and connecting right around here as well, which I think is great, because that seems like right where our service road is going to want to go. You think it's too much highway? Yeah, it definitely is. But, I mean, why would it ever route down here just to do that? They would have routed it this way to begin with, so it feels completely nonsensical. However, I do think that if, like, just pulling it down like this, pulls it probably right here, comes across, follows this edge, it goes along this edge. I think it cuts across here and then does this, and then this ends up being a T-junction. This just comes across and it goes bam right into the side of that, and we end up with a T crossing, a T interchange. This line never has to go up then. These end up merged appropriately. And where it feels like it was aiming to begin with, the only issue is the topographical features, but that can be dealt with with magic and science. Honestly, I would love to have a tunnel that goes through here. I think that'd be beautiful. Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. One ends abruptly, and this one ends abruptly, and then this becomes the state highway, if you will, that goes up to this point and just connects and merges in right there. Or we don't take it as this. We do it as a proper 90-degree, bam, right broadside. I think that ends up being better. I like the broadside. These two merge broadside, then this one goes up and merges broadside. I think that's the easiest way to handle that. I think that's just the best way to do that. It's the simplest route. It takes a lot more space to give to the city as opposed to being highway. The rail line is the only thing from this point that feels like it needs help. But I think that I could sort of pull this out a little bit and have it cross over and turn and head this way. Because I really think the industry is going to be over on this side. The trains that I want to have, I like the idea that there's just this train that just goes through and we just carve out you know, in the way that you see in a lot of places here in Texas, there are the few places out west where there are hills and cliffs where they've just dynamited it through and made their own little canyon to put a train track through, and then we put a zoo out here. You know, and then it goes up here, and maybe it just connects up here, because this is going to be a big island for industry. I think having a train that comes through here is going to be good. Maybe goes up, and this is a good point to have a northern bridge where the train track goes through town. I think that could be cool. Have it go through one of the big downtown areas and pull up north, and then be able to have all of our supplies get taken to a depot that's on there, and then the rest of the rail line just runs out there. We can run another line that does like through there, although that's a nightmare fucking place to get a train through. Anyway, we'll see. I love to see how we can sort of route these things together over time, but we'll see. I might just have it follow the highway. I might just have this line follow the highway. Wherever it goes, the train does. Make the intersection an elevated roundabout. No, I mean, I'm sure you're right. But what I'm doing is I'm modeling the highway after Texas highways, and we have no elevated roundabouts. We have fucked up tentacle monster clovers, is what we have. They're awful. And if it causes traffic jams, it's just going to make me feel at home. I want to experiment with that, the Texas intersections, before we start really moving on to anything else. I'm just so happy with how the terracing is turning out. Like, it ain't perfect, but it's nice. I think it builds a lot of visual interest. I feel like the town is culminating to this point, which I kind of wish I had made taller at this point. I still like the idea that this stays exactly as it is. We never develop this little section. I like that idea that we never develop this, and we can build buildings along this area. Hell, I'm tempted to put a key wall up there and see if we could just have an actual, you know. Man, that'd be so beautiful. I wish all of this could have been done in a really clean key wall, but it just doesn't really work. That said, man, I kind of like the earth face there. I do think it might be smart for us to put a retaining wall at the bottom, and this is just because there is the risk of mudslides, right? That would be a realistic threat. Something that if I were looking at this, I would be concerned about that. I would be very concerned about that. I want a retaining wall, rail yard. Don't know what any of this means. Rail yard, retaining wall, stone dirty arch inclined to Armest. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let me take a look. Just see what we're working with. This looks like something very different than these guys. The idea of a rail yard, not a rail yard, the idea of a, oh, hello. The idea of a retaining wall feels very good, even if it is just like cement culverts like this. I think that feels very good to know that there is some kind of, I don't know, there is some attempt made. Concrete wall network. This seems like it'd be the easiest thing to do. It's just placed at the base, and it's meant to help if any mudslides happen. It's like having a levee against the sea, right? It's just meant to sit here at the base. It's meant to protect, you know, in case anything does come and fall. Really should have done this. Let's do angle. Feels like this just keeps getting taller the further I pull it. I don't really want it to connect to that. I kind of like that it does just end. Well, I guess it would make sense for it to want to connect to that. Fuck, I didn't mean for it to do that. It didn't? Oh, it did, it just isn't visible. I think there's a tree or something in front of it. Where's that magic pixel? Give it to me. There we go. I think that'll also help this feel a little bit more cleaner, but to me it feels like something that you would want to add here. I don't want it to go that far back. Oh, that's good. I like that right there. Because I've been looking at this thinking, man, I need to put something back there. This whole time I've been thinking, man, it's just something that needs to go back there. It's not, you know, it's not the best. It may not even be pretty, but to me it just makes too much sense to have it. Did I see a magic pixel in there? No, I don't think I did. Let's pull that back. Can I give a small digital gift? Sure. Let me pull that back. I wish you could turn the zoning off. I feel like especially these guys would appreciate having this. Oh, no, that just goes straight over their house. Never mind. But they would not appreciate that, as it turns out. And I don't think it has to perfectly follow either. I think the idea is that we just create, and this is tough now that I've already got buildings in here. But I think that this just helps me feel a little bit better. Damn, I was really hoping that would get through there. There we go. Received the original. I'm a very good Mico, I think. What the hell? What does that mean? What are you saying to me? Speak English, son. Let me see if I can adjust this with move it. See if I can adjust like the angle of it. Not vertically, unfortunately. Maybe I can. There's another button for that. I wonder if I can get this and elevate it. How much can I get away doing this? I think it's cute. Okay, let's try this. Use node controller if you have it. I don't think I do. In fact, I'm fairly confident that I don't. Okay, you may have to fudge this. Actually, no, I don't think I have to. Hold on. What if I did this? Someone's gonna tell me what I can't do. All right, there we go. My headset is dying, by the way, which means stream has to end soon. It doesn't really, but that is my sign that I've gone way too long. Not really though, and I can't stop. I need you to understand this. I can't stop. If there were any voluntary bone in my body to stop, I'd have done it 6 hours ago. I can't fucking help myself. Sometimes a game is just too damn good to stop. No, don't connect. Come on now. This thing's fucking fighting me. Don't do it. Let me finish this retaining wall before you take my ear holes away. Fucker. There we go. I think that's good. These culverts are not pretty, but I just don't care that they aren't. I really like that they feel very functional. I like that they're here to protect the property by making sure that this doesn't fall. There's no mudslide on this very apparent muddy cliff, you know? I think that there's just something magical about that I can now stick a bunch of bushes behind it as additional help, maybe even some rocks. I think just sticking some rocks back there could be good. Can we nickname it the wave seawall, the cliff? Hell yeah, we can. When you manipulate the game and the game gives up, that's what's happening. I definitely think we're gonna make this a standard protocol. A fence on top so people don't fall, and then a wall at the bottom so that the hail doesn't fall. Will be good. I love the railing that we have. I love the decorations in front of this. I feel like a couple water features would be nice. Some statue assets would be good. I'd love to have a sculpture garden, but I don't. But I mean, honestly, to me, this is just like the most successful aesthetic of the city. I love that the retaining wall goes higher as needed. Like it really does feel like it's going to protect these people's homes from that cliff inevitably falling because we cut costs instead of building it right. Is this my best city? Yeah, it's the third thing I've ever built. It isn't the biggest city, but this is the longest running city I have. This is the first city that I built without playing along with another playthrough. So I am extremely new to the game. I'm sure that will now make a lot of things make sense to you, if you didn't already tell. But I'm in love with the way that this game plays on stream. It plays very differently than what I'm playing on my own. I'm having a damn good time with it, but unfortunately my ear holes just turned off. So I have to go. I've had a great time. For those of you that are new to the channel, make sure you follow the stream. I don't usually stream this late. Usually I go live. Jesus, what time even is it? I'm terrified to know. It's 3:30. I was meant to be asleep an hour and a half ago. I usually stream... What's my uptime? I usually stream 9 hours and 39 minutes ago. Today is Thursday. I'll also not be live tomorrow. Friday is my day off. But I'll be back on Saturday, 8.5 hours ago, in order to continue with some Final Fantasy XIV, which we do every day, as well as then following some of this. We might be playing some marbles on stream. I might be in cosplay. We're not sure. We have a lot of sub-bonus things to give back to people. So those of you on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying this series. The first 4 episodes apparently have been split in half from 2 streams. I can't help myself. This game's just so fun. Thanks everyone for your suggestions. I appreciate your feedback. These ideas are really what make this game fun to me. Sharing your ideas, getting nudged in a direction to explore something. I really don't know 90% of what this game has to offer, but I really love the 10% that I've seen. And I'm excited to experiment with that stuff and really see what this game can do when you dig into those nitty-gritty little details and sculpt a city slowly and really just embrace the chaos of looking at everything at the street level and saying, can I make that better? I'm really enjoying that. So thank you very much, especially Killing At, man. I appreciate you. You've been given a lot of great ideas. So we'll be back on Saturday. If you want to watch more, if you're like, man, I really enjoyed having him in the background, check out the YouTube. We've got hundreds of hours of playthroughs, anywhere from different series of RimWorld that I played, different seasons of a very specific narrative-focused RimWorld. We also have Satisfactory, if you want to listen to my update 4 initial playthrough. There's also that available. We got a lot of stuff on there, and a lot more coming too in March. For those of you that don't know, there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to be uploading a video called State of the Stream Updates for January 2022. You'll want to watch that if you want to know what's coming on the channel. There's always stuff happening here. I'm planning to take over the internet, and I appreciate you guys helping me do it. So that's going to be it for the YouTube video, and that's going to be it for me.